Yo, if you thought the McCrispy was bussin', hold up. Bacon and Ranch have entered the chat. Say hello to the Bacon Ranch McCrispy. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. At participating McDonald's, limited time only.
What's poppin', people? Welcome back to another episode of Say Less with KAZ.
Yo.
LowKey.
What up, dude?
And Rosy.
What up, Rosy?
What up?
Wow, what a weekend, huh?
What a week.
God, sunglasses in Advil. Last weekend
Was mad real.
was mad real.
I'm still not drinking.
Me neither. Thanks for everybody who listened to the last episode, 50 verses. Great content, great comments in there. Low, you get the people going with the music takes at all times, every time.
Pretty much.
Anybody who's watching on YouTube can see we all have sunglasses on.
Yes.
For very strategic reasons. We all had very eventful, very hard working liquor and other substance filled weekends. Myself in Los Angeles for Walemania, WrestleMania weekend, all that stuff. Los Angeles for Dreamville Fest, and that looked incredible. I got questions because that looked insane. But again, before we start, I just want to shout out everybody who helped out with Walemania. Emilio Sparks, Wale, obviously, Andrea, the executive producer, showrunner, Tavia Carlton from WWE, Andreas Hale, Big E. Obviously, all the wrestlers, everybody from WWE, Guap Dat 4000, Westside Gun, Giovanni, Wes. I know I'm missing a shit ton of people. Usos, Trinity, goddamn, everybody from WWE, AEW, hip hop. It was an amazing night. We'll get into all that later. But goddamn, I'm so exhausted, and I'm still a little drunk, even though this is many days later.
Bro, we all are.
I'm still very drunk. Now, is it a product of it was super lit, or are we just all like, our bounce back just don't bounce back like it used to?
I think it's a mixture. I think it was super lit. Obviously, both events we went to, we probably had open bar.
You was very lit, it looked like.
How lit?
You looked very lit. Like, first off, you hatched a caper or a plan to meet your long lost love, one burneth of boys. And I don't know how many of y'all follow. What am I kidding? I know a lot of y'all follow Rosy on social media, so y'all probably were up to speed on her plans. But Rosy thought, since she's been stalking this man for many, many years, and she probably knows who she looks like at this point, you found some like Eugene Levy, sort of like glasses, mustache, nose.
There was numerous. I took like 5.
No, 5 what? Masks?
Yes.
What was it? What was the point of that? Like, why did you do that?
I don't know.
What was the idea there?
It was funny.
It was hilarious.
It was funny just to watch someone in the crowd just be creeping on a burner boy like with a mask on.
God damn.
Yeah, that's out of hand.
You was doing the most.
You're getting out of hand. You're getting out of hand with
No,
this,
the most I
stalker
didn't.
shit.
Okay, I didn't write a sign.
Okay.
I didn't throw a bra at him. I didn't do anything.
Why are you wearing a mask though?
I was far when I did that. When I got up close, I didn't do anything except call him.
Oh,
thick.
you took the mask off when you got close?
Yeah.
Pussy. Pussy. Yeah, I should have kept it on. You should have kept it on. You should have kept it on for the gag, yo. Why get all the way there and not follow through with it?
Because it was just at that point I was just enjoying the show.
Yeah.
And then when I'm walking out and I see him, I'm
He's like, this is my chance. Did you take it off slowly? Like,
dun, dun, dun.
no.
Listen, man, you're gonna get somebody gonna snatch your ass up because they watch you.
Yeah.
They watch you. Like someone from that camp
Yeah.
is watching your social paper trail, and you're gonna slip up one day, and they're gonna snatch that mask right off and put you back in your second home.
I'm surprised nobody like hit Rosy with the Terry Tate office linebacker move. Like just like as she's avoiding the stage, like some Nigerian bouncer just fucking slam tackle.
You got to.
No, we got her.
We got her.
12 o'clock is live.
Restraining order now.
You gotta
You've been
chill.
served.
My gosh. But tell me about the show, man. Like I'm, you know, I feel like Walemania / WrestleMania weekend is such like it happens right at the beginning of like all the fun shit. Like festival season kicks off, March Madness, end of the NBA season. So it's almost like I always got to make a firm choice on what the hell I'm doing.
Right.
So if I wasn't at Walemania or if it wasn't that weekend, I mean, Drake and J. Cole headlining Dreamville Fest with Usher and all these other people. What was that like, Rosy? Who had the best performance of the weekend?
Who had the best performance?
Who had the best
Usher.
performance of the weekend? Usher?
Hands down.
Of course.
Hands down. I know. I really want to see how his ticket sales skyrocket.
Well,
skyrocket
you don't
for
need ticket
Vegas.
sales. He got
No, for Vegas.
You know, he got a. That's what I'm saying. He got a residency.
No, he reminded everybody though.
Oh, like
everybody.
go
As I was
watch.
leaving, I heard everybody like, "Nah, we got to go to Vegas now."
Yeah.
But they've been sold out every time, so it's like.
But
how
now
much,
I don't know. I don't know what's
better
gonna
can
happen
you
now
do?
because we. Not gonna lie, I love Usher, but you forget how amazing he is until you see him, and you're like, "Yeah, I gotta go to this Vegas."
That's 30 years of hits. Those are 30 years of hits now.
Yeah,
20 something.
It's about 3 decades.
Just about.
Yeah.
It's about 3 decades.
Doesn't look a day over 26, yo.
Well, that's how you take. That's how you take care of yourself, and that's how you take care of your craft. You know, not only do you don't have to rely on albums anymore. You can just.
I just want to say, for Low to not have been at either Walemania or Dreamville, he looks the most hung because
it's fucking hot
he left
outside.
the tag
It's
on
the
his.
tag.
It's the tag. It's the
And I
fucking.
drink all the time, so it's nothing to me. Like y'all the ones having trouble recovering. Y'all niggas
Lowe's
over there
like-
struggling.
I was like, oh man, this is what we do all the
normal.
time.
Like, yeah, this is normal. Y'all niggas is moving around like y'all need
Because
IVs.
what it is we do.
Yeah.
we do. Because and
Have
also it's a
some.
festival, so you know you're going from stage to stage. It's hot. It's all day. Then you go out after. Yo, Night Train. Shout out to Night Train. He made a good point. He was like, yo, next year, like 2 months in advance, we got to start training. Like we got to start prepared. I was like, all right, we got to start learning how to block shots, take shots.
Taking your heart rate, like, gotta get the
Yeah.
BPMs up.
Walking on a treadmill the whole time while drinking, like you gotta something.
That might be a plan.
How big? It
The
looked.
Dreamville preparation.
I saw the recap video that Ebe tweeted out today with like the owl and the flying from the what's the Space Needle? Not the Space. What do they call it? CN Tower?
Oh yeah,
The views thing, whatever. It looked massive. It was like 2 stages there. How was the setup there? I wasn't really.
It was it was the same setup as last year. It was 2 stages, but if I'm not mistaken, last year was like 40 to 50,000 people. This year was like easily 100,000.
Oh, easy. Once I saw the aerial shot, I'm like, this looks like
Yeah,
Made in America.
It was
There's
insane.
hundreds of thousands of people.
Now?
What's up?
Is that the biggest hip hop festival?
Dreamville Fest? Yeah. I mean, there's a couple.
Coming up,
There's
bro.
a couple. I
It's
mean,
coming
like
up on it.
it's.
I mean they're approaching.
I mean, what's
Rolling Loud?
Rolling Loud is. Does Rolling Loud count as a festival?
Yeah.
It does.
Well, what
It
would
wouldn't
it
count
be?
as a hip hop festival, does it?
No, it's definitely
They
hip hop
have, they have
festival.
other
Yeah.
artists.
But I
No,
just
that's
feel
a
like,
hip-
I mean, they have so many. It's almost like a concert series. It's like
No, it's a
you know.
festival.
Okay, it's all right. So
Yeah,
that
it's a
counts.
festival,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I would say Rolling Loud is the biggest.
I guess what Kaz is trying to say, they have so many in so many different cities.
Yeah.
Whereas Dreamville, if you miss it and you don't go to Raleigh, you just
Yeah, it was
So what's the
next year.
differentiation from a festival and whatever you're
It
describing?
almost feels like more of a concert series where it's like, yeah, it draws a festival level of people. But to me, a festival is like, I've been waiting all year for this
You're
one.
right.
Done, like
'Cause it's the only one
Coachella,
you can
Made in
go to.
America,
Yeah.
Bonnaroo, like
Yeah.
Flognaw. Like those are festivals.
because they
once a
stay
year.
in one spot.
One spot once a year. You know what I mean?
that's-
No,
Only place
I'm
you can
still,
catch it.
even though Rolling Loud regurgitates their lineup every fucking year, I still call them a festival.
Oh, yeah, I would say that.
You have that like EDC, which is electronic music.
Yeah, like, I
EDC
still-
Vegas, EDC Orlando, and
They still
all
got
that
it.
every year.
True.
Electric Zoo.
I did Ultra once. We did Ultra before, right?
Yeah, it was at Giant Stadium.
Yeah, we did Ultra one time years ago. What was a Bud Light? It was a Bud Light play? Or something like that?
That was when
Wait, what year?
All right, let me tell you guys something. Jeff and Eric, who's going to be on the show later this month, they got a podcast called The Blog Era coming out. And in the midst of the Blog Era and all those stories that you're probably going to hear, one of the things about the Blog Era is that like guys like myself, LowKey, and many other people used to be approached by brands and approached by people to be like, hey, man, we know you have this following, but it'd be really great if you come and check this out. And this is what happened several years ago when me and you went to Ultra and we got White Boy Lit.
I couldn't tell you what or who was performing, nor did I give a fuck. I just went to support my friends. It was Rory and what's the other girl's
Jill,
name?
Rory and Jill, yeah, who
It
have
was-
a killer agency now together.
But yeah, I wasn't going for the music. I was just going for the access and just like there was an amusement park outside. It was just like this.
It was cracking. The
Yeah, it
only
was
thing
cracking,
was,
like-
the only thing was, it was like mad. It was an uncomfortable amount of teenagers. Like I was,
Yeah.
I was,
I mean, we were
I was far and away the
separated.
oldest
No,
nigga there.
but-
I was like, damn.
We were separated from them because we were in that
We were in the
VIP
VIP
pit. So
joint,
I'm
yeah.
like, all right, we're not interacting with the babies.
But
Like,
you're walking through the crowd to get to that VIP pit, you just see so many just like
So many
I mean,
people's
it's
kids.
strung out.
Yeah, like it's
Teenagers.
EDC. Like, what do you expect? Like,
Yeah.
that's what they do. That's their shit. So it's like, all right, like we're not interacting. I don't care to talk to you.
That's the thing about festivals, though, right? Festivals, and
I don't feel like anyone remembers shit from festivals.
no, I
Because
don't.
you get so fucked up.
See, like that's why you feel the way you feel now. Like,
Well, no. The
'cause you
first
gotta
day
pace
the
yourself.
first day I was good. It was the second day.
yeah,
all right, you gotta pace yourself. When I do Made in America, bro, like I don't really start getting fucked up till like nighttime.
yeah.
But here's the other thing.
All that walking you doing between stages, all that shit, like bro.
I mean,
couple beers and-
Made in America is a pretty condensed festival. Like it's like 3 parts, and you could kind of get there pretty
it ain't,
easy.
it ain't that condensed, bro. Like
You've
know
done,
when
you
you
done,
walk-
you've done Coachella before.
No, I never will.
Coachella's mad. Yeah, exactly. Because it's
Because I
funny,
know.
that's-
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That's why. Because I know.
Okay.
But Made in America is you that walk in.
Yeah.
All the way down to the main stage. That's the Benjamin Park, Franklin Parkway.
Yeah.
And then going around to the other state. Like that's a pretty deep festival route.
Word. I feel like Made in America is like the most city ready festival, right? I think Governor's Ball's up there too, but like Made in America is like smack dab in the middle of like their downtown, right? Like so it's like it is a concert one day and then the next day motherfuckers got to go to work, right? So like but festivals usually are made for cities like Raleigh or cities like wherever Coachella's in. Like it's just
Spring Valley. or
play
some shit like that.
was it Edo or Lido or Adio, whatever the hell. But you know, the wide open space of it like provides for lots of space, lots of walking, lots of connecting with folks. But you said Usher was the best performer at
Yeah.
the festival.
Sean Paul was really good too.
Shana
I heard Walker was really good.
So
Yeah, I heard Walker killed it.
I heard Walker.
Oh,
killed it.
Waka.
Waka.
Oh my God, how can I forget about Waka?
He killed it. He said he killed it.
So when we're walking to go see Waka, right? We
Was he
hear him do it.
DJing or was he just
He
performing?
jumping around.
Okay.
He jumped off stage, went to another side like of the crowd. He did his Waka thing, and he brought out Travis Porter,
Dope. Oh yeah, I
which
did
was
see that. I did see that.
fire too. But we were walking out, and we hear him doing no hands. Like that's what he started with.
He started with no hands.
Yeah. So
Damn.
we're all looking at each other like, why would he start with this?
Nah, that's
wild.
That's genius.
See, y'all sleep. Y'all sleep.
Right,
Y'all sleep.
right,
That's genius.
right.
Anybody who
Right.
knows that
That
first
is
Machiavelli
genius.
album is
So wait,
That
so
is genius.
I forget, right?
Because
So-
he got like 15 more.
No, but that's what we realized. Because at first we're like, why would he start with no hands? And then he just kept going. We're like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Every song just got
That's
more
an
and more
artist.
lit.
That's an artist. You take the biggest one because he hasn't been around that much or like on stages.
Just as an introduction.
Yeah. So you take that like, yo, this is
Waka's
where we're
really,
going.
really good.
Like usually artists would be like, all right, let me start off with this one and just
Yeah.
ease in and ease in, drop a nice banger, then ease in, then get to the hits.
Right.
Waka just says, nah, fuck that. If this is
And
what
they
you want to
all
do,
and they all still
Well,
have
Waka,
energy.
Waka stays at the same BPMs for like almost all the songs, right? So it's like you can start with whatever, and it's like I got like 30 of these, and they all bang. So we just
He had
But no,
everybody
but no hands
jumping.
is the one. No hands.
he had everyone jumping.
Yeah.
To start with?
it's a big song, but the one for
For
him.
him, yes.
Nah, come on, he made Hard in the Paint, bro. He
No,
made
but not to
Grove
start
Street Party.
with. Not to
Nah.
start with.
No hands, bro.
Grove
Nope.
Street.
That's not as universal
I got
as No
a
Hands.
whole lot of money.
telling you.
Bitches get- No Hands is the biggest.
No.
Round of applause.
That's his biggest.
No, but he
Like-
kept going, so it
That's
just
what I
got
say, he got, like,
better.
30 of them
but for
joints.
the people who weren't as familiar, because you got to remember too, people that go to festivals like they're younger.
Yeah.
But we were around when this came out. Everybody was, remembers this. So as he kept going, we were like, damn, and everybody was
Nigga
just
got
jumping
30,
around.
bro. I would do if I'm that type of artist with that type of energy and those type of records. I'm definitely starting with my best. I'm coming out and
I
I'm
don't
punching
think-
you in your throat.
I don't think No Hands is his best.
I think it's his
but
best.
it's probably his most known.
So it's definitely his most known.
I think it's
Right.
what's his
But
best.
I mean, listen, Flockavelli
What's
is
his best?
Flockavelli. What? What's his best?
What's his best?
I like Round of Applause. I
It's
like.
not his best.
It's not to me.
Okay, no, all right, and I don't agree.
To me,
Man,
I love
you gotta
I don't
understand,
Round of
bro.
Applause. I love Heart in the Paint.
You gotta understand. Flockavelli is like
I like jumping around.
Okay.
All right,
Flockavelli.
That's why I'm hurt.
okay.
That's why I'm still hurt.
Yeah.
Being drunk, jumping around the sun.
Yeah, man. Nah, Flockavelli's like a classic album to me, bro. Like, I remember when that shit first dropped. I remember going to the listening party for it. Not even listening party. This is like maybe what, 2000, whatever, whenever the year came out. Because it was the same year that Gucci dropped, the album with Lemonade and
Roderick Davis versus
the State versus Roger Davis. No. The follow up to that one.
No,
not the one.
Wasted is on that one.
Not the one when he's in the orange jumpsuit. There was another one that came after that. Well, it had like Pharrell, Nicki Minaj record on there. That was really good. But anyway, I just remember vividly, you know, Gucci being fucking coming off of the massive success of Wasted and all this stuff being whatever. And it was like a joint listening session. So I remember listening to the Gucci album, and then they were like, and you gotta remember around the time, you remember the you know, this is back when bloggers were super gatekeepy. Waka wasn't the most blog friendly rapper in the minute. Like, he was almost like it sounds like ancient history now, and I'm super dating myself, but Waka was like the poster child of like, oh my God, this is what's wrong with rap. This isn't lyrics. This isn't music. This is noise. Nah, 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 nah. And then I just remember being at that listening station and just like, all right. And I think the only song he had at that point was probably Hard in the Paint, right? And they played the Gucci album, which was all right. And then they played Flockavelli right afterwards. And I just remember like the shift in the energy from people being like, all right, yeah, sure, we'll listen to your Waka along with Gucci. And it was like, God damn.
Well, the energy between
You gotta remember how that album starts, yo. It goes pow, 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 pow. Shoot first, ask questions last.
But
That's why
the
they
energy
so
between
called
Gucci
gangsta
and Waka are not
Waka,
synonymous.
Flockavelli.
They're not synonymous at all.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying that's why the energy shifted.
I know, but what I'm saying is, I say all that to say, like, that was when, to me and a lot of people, that first album really changed the narrative on what people thought about Waka. And I remember interviewing him around that time and him saying, like, it was funny because he was like, you know, I think he's actually born in New York or something like that. And
Born in
like,
Queens.
born in
Something like
Queens.
that, right?
Born in
And like,
Queens.
he grew up on like super lyrical, miracle, spiritual rap and shit. And I just remember having a conversation with him, like, all right, so if you like that music, why are you making this? He's like, bro, this is what I
He's
mean."
not a terrible rapper.
No. I mean, listen, that's the thing, right? Like, you listen to
He's
Waka.
not-
If
he's
you,
not a terrible
If you remember
rapper.
when Waka first dropped, people treated Waka like he was fucking Lil Pump, bro. Like, they treated him like
yeah,
he
of
was.
course, of course.
They treated him like he was like the worst shit to happen to
Little
rap.
Pump is crazy.
But that nigga was. Well, yeah, that's a little while.
No, but you remember the time though.
Because Waka was churning out hits.
Little Pump?
Little Pump wasn't.
Yes,
Yes, crazy.
Eventually, he was turning out hits,
Yeah,
but
Lil Pump was not.
You don't want to be treated
Shit.
like Little Pump in any aspect
It
of
wasn't
your
that.
life.
I get the comparison,
I'm
but it
telling
wasn't
you,
that bad.
You
It
gotta
wasn't
remember
that
you gotta remember the time when Waka dropped. When Waka first came out, this is early 2010. This is Big Sean, J. Cole, Wale, Drake, Khalifa, Mac Miller, like little bro, like people that were rappers. And to get on blogs, you got to be able to fucking rap. Like J Electronica Records was dropping here and there. Like there was rappers on the shit. And then Waka came through, not only with that energy, but like the power of like world star hip hop also. So it was like not just the music, but it was like a representation of like fight videos and like all this like fucked up internet shit that was like slowly starting to take over and go viral and all that shit. And he was sort of synonymous with like all of that. So there was like this weird sort of backlash that he had at the beginning. But now like he's doing, I mean, gosh, like almost over a decade later, He's doing festivals of records that are what, 12 years old, 11
That's
years
what I
old
was
now.
saying.
His
I was
records
like,
aren't
I
his
forgot
records aren't
about
dated
that.
either.
Yeah, they sound just as good now.
Records are not dated at all. So yeah,
But even when he brought out Travis Porter, it was like, damn.
them records don't
Damn,
sound dated.
Travis
Them
Porter.
records- Those
Yo.
records don't sound dated. So it's like
Travis Porter,
Those
Cross,
guys-
and the
felt like
Migos can walk.
They brought Magic City to Raleigh.
My God, yo.
That's
They
what
got-
they did.
They got between 9 and 10 surefire nigga
They
anywhere you
brought the
play them
strip
shits.
club to the festival.
Right, any club, any city.
There's 3
Them boys
records.
got those records.
There's records of Flockavelli and that Travis Porter album that still play in clubs to this day.
I think there's like 3 from Travis Porter.
I want to see some cash. Keep them down, that's coming, and that's gonna make me that. To this day,
They
every
still,
record.
they still play Bring It Back.
Bring it back.
What's the other one with Tiger?
Gosh, damn.
Make it rain.
Make It Rain.
Bring it back. Go Shorty Go.
They still play these things. I'm like,
There's another one that I love. But the fact that we could talk about these niggas damn near 25 years later
Dog.
lets us know that.
Dog.
Bro, remember during the pandemic they was having concerts outside?
Yes, I remember
Like,
that. There was that.
Still getting that shit rocking. Like them niggas is Legacy, ATL, Trap.
Travis Porter is like the motherfucking trap, like cool kids, like or the Trap Pack Div, right? Like they were just a little too early. They were like literally,
Nah,
like,
yeah,
they
it
were like
was-
a day too early. Like if they would have came, it's like they kicked open the door that like the Migos like and groups like them just like ran through. Just like Pack Div and Cool Kids, like they opened the door that like a lot of other groups sort of like followed the blueprint to. And they had songs that were like, damn, like why isn't this a bigger record? And then you see other people who kind of emulate the sound blow up and become megastars. And then, every couple of months or years, you go on Twitter and be like, yo, name an artist that you think should have blew up. Pac Div, Travis Porter, Cool Kids, Chuck is, all these guys, you know what I mean?
Brought up Pac Div like 4
I mean, them boys are still. I mean,
Because I'm a Pac Div fan. I know you're a big Pac Div fan.
The funny thing is, Chuck English and Sir Michael Rocks, they're still around. Like, Mikey Rocks was, put out a couple independent projects. Then,
Yeah.
I
think he did some acting too. I think he did some
they were
acting.
in that movie. I forgot what movie it was, but I think the Cool Kids put out an album.
Yeah.
With Don Cannon or
Yeah,
some
on
shit like
Fish Ride Bicycles or something like that.
No, this I'm talking about recently.
Oh, recently?
Yeah, like Pac Div is on the record. Don Cannon produced. I forgot that. I'll tell it to you before the end of the show. But
I feel like
those guys are still active.
I feel like Chuck English is like composing like movies or TV shows.
Bro, I talk to that nigga all the time on Twitter.
What is he
Fucking
doing, bro?
Hilarious.
What is he doing?
I mean, I don't talk to him about what he's doing. We just be talking about music shit. Like,
Nah,
yeah,
like, 'cause
that's the
we
fun
just
thing about it. We just be
comment, retweet
commenting.
each
On,
other.
yeah, that's all we be.
No, that's the dope shit about like the dudes who like pop off early because you'll think like, oh man, what happened to such and such? All the while, they're like, yeah, that thing that you watch all the time? Like, yeah, he produced that. Like, I saw an interview with Just Blaze, I think, with Noah the other day, and Just Blaze was just talking about like, yeah, like all I do is score video games now, and I make more money doing that than I ever did making, blueprints or Kanye records and nothing like that. But it's just dope to see. Like sometimes people think out of sight, out of mind, and it's like, oh man, what happened to such and such? All the while they're like, nah, man, like I'm cool. I'm getting my nice quiet, my nice quiet fucking soundtracking, licensing, money over here.
Yeah.
I don't need to be, hey, this is
No, I mean
Super Producer
that's-
X.
No,
and shit.
that's not the culture anymore. I mean, for those guys, guys that we know, like a Just Blaze or a Don Cannon or fucking DJ Toomp or Pharrell, like those days of them being on every record, on every album, on every single, like those days are old for them because they did the massive success that they achieved. Now the guys that climb slowly are now hitting that pinnacle. You look at Alchemist,
Right.
niggas touching everything.
Right.
Put that joint out with Larry June. Now you look at Hit Boy, just put out that joint with Music Soul Child, did 4 Nas albums, and now just dropped his own album. You know what I mean? Now you're looking at all these young dudes, DJ Mustard, Metro Boomin, like these guys are now putting their foot on the table and being who exactly, who the guys that we love, growing up, who they were.
Yeah.
Now they're becoming superstars just like them.
I pulled this up. It was Pharrell's birthday this week, and I saw a stat.
I saw that stat.
And
43% of the records that were on radio were produced by him.
Yeah, I mean, produced by the Neptunes.
The Neptunes, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I saw that graphic. I was like, there was another guy that did a lot of that too. Like they were kind kind of a team. But nah, yeah, like I said, like the time of like just producers completely owning, you know what I mean, like portions of the radio. Like remember when it was all Lex Luger, and I remember when it was all Hit Boy, and it's still Hit Boy for more or less. But I remember when it was all Neptunes and all Dr. Dre and all, you know, people have that.
Just Blaze had a pocket in there.
Yeah, so that's an interesting conversation, man. I know we wanted to speak about producers a few weeks back on the heels of Hitmaker versus Hit Boy and all that type of stuff. It's just weird. Like I feel like we do have producers that, you know, create the same sort of moments and the same sort of output, but that like era of just being like, I don't know, maybe Pharrell and them just made it look cooler back then, but like it doesn't feel, even though Hit Boy is a super producer and like Hitmaker and you know, Metro Boomin and Mustard are super producers, like they don't feel like the Pharrells and the Dre's and the Blazes and those guys.
You can't do that.
I know it's hard to exactly.
You can't do that.
It's hard to compare.
You can't do that because what?
It's like comparing eras of basketball.
Hit Boy is what, 25?
25. Hit Boy?
How old is he?
Hit Boy's like my age. He's like 35.
But that's the persona he gives off. Yeah. You wouldn't think that he's damn near 40.
Hit Boy's been around for a while.
That's my point. But you know, you still got to give these guys grace and, you know, let them fall into their own. Not to say they're not. So, but it's unfair to say it doesn't feel like, you know, what Swizz was doing and the Neptunes and Dre and Just and It's just like, bro, look at the things that they've been through.
Yeah.
But I also feel like
look at the things that they've produced. Look at the artists that they've created and curated. You know what I mean? Like, not to say Hit Boy can't, but we're looking for him to take an artist straight from, you know, the mud and just prop him up and just that's who Hit Boy created. You know what I mean? Hit Boy's created a sound for a lot of people, but I think that's the next phase in his life. I think, you know, Dre's done that
I think
numerous amounts of times.
I think a part of Hit Boy that is going to like lend his, like, obviously I think the production output has been there.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that has separated Hit Boy from being looked at unequivocally like, you know, the guys we just talked about is happening now. And it's
that's what I'm saying.
Now his music. Like now, like not even just him plucking people. Like now the fact that like Hit Boy could put out records of his own that are, and he's been doing it for a while, but I think just recently now people be like, yo,
but
like, he can really spit too.
But that goes back to my point of like you got to give him some time.
Yeah.
Because Pharrell wasn't always good at, you know, the rapping, singing type thing. Like it took him a minute.
Yeah.
It took Dre a minute. You know what I mean? Like even though niggas was writing for him, but it took him a minute to find his style and all that other stuff.
Threw that in there.
I mean, a
common point that everybody knows.
Even though.
You know what I mean? But it took everybody to get to a point, and it took time. So let's not try to be like it doesn't feel like, because it's not there yet.
Yeah.
We're not there yet.
But remember, I feel like we had this conversation already when, I don't remember when. But remember back then we had like, there was not that many groups, rap groups, like, or labels. So, you know, every label kind of had their designated producer. If you think about it,
yeah, with Manny Fresh with Cash Money,
right? Swizz Beats with and Just Blaze, they kind of jumped back around.
Well, I mean,
Dre,
Rough Riders had about 5 to 6.
I'm talking about Rock Nation and
but
Rockefeller
had
about 5
and Just Blaze. You see what I'm saying? But
had
like
Bink.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Where it's like
I'm trying.
There was less of that back then. Now there's a lot of different labels, a lot of different rap groups. Everybody has their own situation going on, their own group, so to say, record label, whatever. So there's a lot of different producers.
And I think a lot of it also has to do with the fact that like a lot of producers don't necessarily have to be in studio to help create with them anymore, right? Like,
yeah, I mean,
how many classic moments in hip hop have we seen where like we see like Timbaland, was it Timbaland? Yeah, Timbaland in the studio with Hov. First time he plays the Dirt Off His Shoulder beat, and he's like, oh. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
they don't do that anymore?
I mean, everybody emails everything. Everybody sends things and drives.
Situation aside, they were filming Fade to Black. So
yeah,
that moment kind of was.
All right, so Pharrell, right? Like we got footage of Pharrell with Justin Timberlake putting together, you know what I mean, his first solo album. We got footage of Just Blaze, like doing the drums on and the thing can't shake.
But
the
we're getting footage of Nas and Hit Boy in the studio. We get a lot of footage of Hit Boy in the studio with a lot of people.
That's why I say Hit Boy's the closest to it, because he's one of the only producers. I mean, Metro's
That's
there
still
too. But like, you know what Hit Boy's studio looked like. You know when Big Sean's in there. You know when Nas is in there. You know when Dom Kennedy's in there, and they're getting some Music Soul Child. Like, he actually sits and still crafts with these artists. I think that's what he was talking about on that song. That's why he's trying to get at people. He's like, yo, I don't come at nobody like that. But, you know, there's a difference between people who make beats and music producers. And I think
they're not obligated to make, and while this is all based off of competition and just like, you know, getting niggas active and just putting my name in the cement of like who I am, what I do. I don't necessarily need DJ Mustard to chop up a sample, or I definitely don't need Metro or 808 to do a soul joint. Like, whatever you're good at, and whatever you're known for, whatever people come to you for, that means there's no one else in that bracket that people can do what you do. And that's totally fine. Hit Boy is touching a lot of places that a lot of producers can't, which is also fine. Yeah. But that's just what he wants to do and what he wants to be known for. If 808 and Mustard want to be known for just specifically those sounds and perfect those sounds and be the best at those sounds, can't be mad at him.
I mean, I can't.
There's nothing wrong with a little competition.
But I like production, man. Like, and
who's
obviously
to say that's not that?
And it behooves them to produce at this point, right? Like, music comes and goes so fast, it's so digestible. What's the point of sitting in the studio for 6 hours, 7 hours with somebody trying to get one song right when motherfuckers could send out 30 beats to a handful of different rappers, have them flip it back in however long it takes them to flip it back, and put the shit out, and it's just as successful and it does just as much damage, you know, commercially, maybe not impact wise or whatever, or just, you know, anything like that. But it's just I don't mean to sound like the old man get off my lawn type of dude, but like, I just miss that. I miss seeing guys get into the reason why I love that Flockabilly album so much. It was Waka and Lex. And they just got in the fucking booth and just made just violence on wax for like 9 tracks. And it was beautiful.
And that's good. Like that's good. But like if niggas want to spread themselves thin and not solely sit with one person, that's good. That's also cool too.
Is it cool?
Why is it?
Do you like it?
Nigga, Just Blaze did it. Kanye did it. Dre did it.
But do you like it?
Swizz did it. Yes, I liked it. Pharrell did. Nigga, Pharrell is the Neptunes are the perfect example of spreading themselves thin. Yeah. They just did it right.
I mean, for certain artists though, they would sit down, like if it was a Hove or a Britney Spears or a Beyonce, it's like, you're not just sending me beats, bro. You coming in here and
bro,
shit.
From my knowledge, Give It To Me wasn't done when Jay and Pharrell were in the studio at the same time.
Oh no, but there was, but Allure was. Like, we saw
that's what we saw. Fade to Black. Yeah, that was put together for those specific reasons. Mm-hmm. But there are a lot of sessions and situations that we do not see.
I just think
where these niggas are together and not mailing shit out.
I just think technologically, you know what I mean, like how shit has evolved. It's just easier to just like ship shit out. You can do shit through Zoom. You can do shit through FaceTime.
And what's the problem?
You know what I mean? I'm just saying it's a different time now. Like, I just think there's a different sort of chemistry that you build when you're in the studio with somebody, and it's like, and those small little tweaks that like we don't notice sometimes become the best shit.
I wonder if there's an artist that like, or a rapper that refuses to like get shit emailed.
I'm sure there's plenty of artists that do not like beats to be sent over emails or vocals to be sent over emails because of, you know, hacking and all this other stuff. But again,
no, I'm talking about like being like, you know, professional.
Just artistically.
Like, artistically, that I wonder if there's
I'm sure there's a lot of them.
I would vote as like Kendrick or somebody.
I'm sure there's a lot of them.
Yeah, I would think Kendrick, because Kendrick seems to work with like the same sort of stable of people. And if it's somebody new, like we'll see it like years down the line where like, you know, I didn't know this record was gonna. But also, I've also seen where it's like folks who have set beats like half a decade ago finally gets picked up, finally gets live, and it's like, oh man, you don't know, I made this record.
I think the Beyonce record that Hit Boy did, Thick. He said that he did that shit like 8 years ago.
Yeah, sicko mode also. Like,
Yeah,
like
and she just picked it up off the floor and added some shit to it.
It's crazy.
And that was it. But like, I think the tone I'm getting from you, and not to say like in a negative way, but I think it's like, and a lot of people feel like this. It's like, well, if we didn't see it, it didn't happen.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Or I want to see it. It's like, bro, like sometimes the magic needs to be concealed.
Nah, I'm not saying it like that. I don't need to see it at all. I'm just saying I can tell when somebody was in the song, like producing the song, instead of just bump, 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 filling some verses, bump, 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 filling some beats. You know what I mean? Like, I could tell when it's like, all right, I'm gonna make this. Like, I know producers who will write the hook, sing the hook, put the beat on the hook for them, put the beat on, open up the 8 bars for them. Like, all right, and then you put your 8 bars here, and then they put the 8 bars there, and it's fine. And then nobody notices, and it's good. It's perfectly fine. But I just miss where it's like, all right, like let's fucking. It's the reason why like elements of certain songs we don't see anymore is evident. When's the last time you heard a real good bridge on like an R&B like slash rap record? When's the last time you heard a really good?
There's another. In addition to that,
Yeah.
you go to the streaming aspect of it.
Yeah, I think the
Songs aren't long
technology-
anymore. Everybody the attention span of everybody is very, very
Minute
short.
and a half.
Right, but
Minute and a half.
I
Max.
think to your point, yeah, like you can tell when the magic is not being made in the same kitchen.
Yeah, like-
and yeah, but if it works, hey man,
Listen, it works. It works. I'm not trying to be no hater. I'm just saying, niggas could tell when it's like, you sent this beat over. You know what I mean? And lots of times, like we'll hear like earlier versions of it, and it's just like kind of takes away from it.
Listen,
There's certain times where it's like, shit, I like the unfinished version. I like this version of it better than the shit you put on the album.
I can't,
you know what I mean?
I can't create. I used to try to make beats, and that shit is very difficult. But it was
Tell
fun.
me about Producer Low, yo. What was Producer Low
what
like?
was this?
I always hear about the legend of Keyz, but
Yeah.
you've never really opened up on your producer journey. Have you ever even like told
First
this?
and first, nah. I mean, I've talked about it, but like I've never really like.
All right, so tell the world. Were you a Fruity Loops guy?
First off, I'm not. I wasn't a producer.
You made beats.
Yeah, we're not.
All right,
We're not going
all
to disrespect.
Out of respect for the
culture,
producers,
yes,
we're not
yeah.
gonna call you a producer.
I'm not a producer.
But you made beats once upon a time in your life.
Yeah, I made beats.
Did you use Fruity Loops?
I used Fruity Loops.
We all use Fruity Loops once upon a time. My shit was trash.
When them shits is actually pretty.
No,
good.
my shit was trash.
Oh, my shit, yeah.
You tried it too?
We all did. Yo, Fruity Loops
She
came
was
out.
like the demo version. She was
Yeah,
free. Like,
for
yeah,
free.
download it. Just make boom, boom, boom.
Shit, I'm like, all right.
That's how I started.
I learned how to chop up samples and shit, like, but this shit was just ass, yo. I was like, yeah. I mean, I'm sure if I like tried real hard, I probably could have made something decent.
Yeah.
But I was just like, yeah,
No,
this is a skill that I don't have.
So when I was at Howard, I called myself Keyz
With a Z at the end.
with the Z, and
Yeah, just like an A name.
We brought it up today, though. We go back into the vault.
I only did that because I would wear my dorm keys around.
So this whole time you were calling yourself Keyz. I thought you had like a little Casio board or
I
something.
didn't know I played piano.
Yeah, my name is Keyz.
No.
No?
But nah. So
You didn't play no instrument.
I played the trumpet when I was a kid.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I played trumpet.
Okay,
Yeah,
I play
I still know how to play it.
I play slide trombone. You never forget how to use it.
Yeah.
Once you know the
One,
scales,
1, 2, 3,
yeah. Once you know the
Dude.
scales, you never forget.
You
how to use
imagine
it.
someone being like, Keyz, I love that nigga.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because of my dorm keys, though, for real. Like, I can't do shit with the keys.
So I went to I transferred to Howard in I want to say 2002.
Yeah.
Right. Then I picked up the knack for, wanting to make beats. So I had a radio show, live and direct, and then the program director produced.
Okay.
Like, he was actually a producer, right?
Okay.
And he was producing with this group at American University, which was like maybe 10, 15 minutes on, I think it was in Northwest DC.
Okay.
That's how I created the website You Heard That New through Thomas McLeod. Thomas McLeod was like the label head of the group.
Okay.
And our production name was Weapons of Mass Production.
Oh, okay. I see that. Womp.
WMP, right?
I was about to say I called it Womp.
Yeah, I know. God, no. I'm glad we didn't.
That would have been terribly, by the way.
So
Weapons of mass
I
production.
learned His name is Scott. Shout out to Scott. So he taught me how to, use.
You look
Fruit
very producerish right now, though. Like you look like you're giving like your career retrospective. Like, before the Grammys.
So Scott taught me how to use like Fruity Loops a little bit better, and I learned from this other guy. His name is Sick Boy, dope ass producer.
Okay,
if I'm not fucking up. So then I transferred over to Reason 2.0.
Oh, okay. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Kaz from Say Less, and Black History Month isn't just about 1 month. It's about the entire year. And throughout this year, join Walmart in amplifying the voices of Black brands and creators, giving them a stage to spotlight their unlimited brilliance. That's Black and Unlimited. What does it mean to be Black and Unlimited? It means being exactly who you are. To be unlimited in your potential, to be unlimited in your creativity, to be unlimited in your imagination, and to be unlimited in your vision. Throughout the year, join Walmart in amplifying the voices of Black brands and creators, giving them a stage to spotlight their unlimited brilliance. That is Black and Unlimited. Visit walmart.com/Black and Unlimited to learn more. Cartier, Rolex, Gucci, Prada, Jordan, Adidas, Bottega Veneta. At eBay, it's real or it's getting the fake out. eBay's team of luxury authenticators are making sure you never get faked over again. Watches inspected by watch aficionados. Sneakers checked by legit sneakerheads. Handbags examined by handbag connoisseurs. And jewelry in the scopes of expert gemologists. These authenticators are leaders in their field, with meticulous eyes making sure your piece arrives as authentic as your style and worthy of your collection. As experts, they know the true difference between a real and a fake. Real carries that rare, distinguished feel, the weight of pure platinum, exquisite scent of Togo leather, and the tight stitching on a pair of dunks, the brilliance of real diamonds. So rest assured, your Rolex moves just like a Rolex should, and that colorway on your Jordan Royals will always be on point. The details inspected, the fakes rejected. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal with eBay's authenticity guarantee. Everyone deserves real. Visit ebay.com for terms. I just learned Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right, everything you earned doubled. All the cash back from eating at your favorite soup dumpling restaurant doubled. All the cash back from that trip where you sort of learned to snowboard also doubled. And the best part, you don't have to do anything ridiculous to get it. Nope, Discover does it automatically. Seriously though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match. Okay, so this is an actual software, not just...
Yeah. And the funny thing
He
is...
said, I think I'm ready.
The funny thing is, every time I would go home, I would have the Fruity Loops was in my father's office. So I would go in the office, I'd be out, I would come home, and I would be making beats, right? Just making beats. It's like speakers loud. My dad would come, and he was like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, yo, I'm making beats. He was like, you serious about this stuff? I'm like, yeah, man, like this shit is cool, this shit is fun. I think I got something with it. So my birthday, he brought me like Reason 2.0.
Hey, shout out Papa Ivy.
So he was like, if you serious, he's like, all right. So I went back to school and I started making beats for niggas. Right? So I have my...
How many placements you got, Low?
I got played on the radio.
Hey, there are people outside. So you mean to tell me there are people right now living that have songs produced by Keyz right now?
Yes.
I gotta hear this. We gotta find these people.
I've been looking.
We gotta find these people.
I've been looking for the songs for the longest.
Oh my God! I swear on everything I love.
If he can't find them, I can't find them.
On everything I love, I will change whatever one of those songs are into our new theme song,
bro. So I would do.
What do you think it sounds like?
No, it was fire. Like,
I'm not gonna. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo,
listen, don't. I was aight.
If you bring it in, it sounds like Rugrats theme song.
Nah,
I'm gonna be
nigga.
so fucking.
I was aight. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was aight.
Nah, you seem like if I was a rapper,
because like all I did, and that's the thing.
If I was a rapper and I walked in and saw you, I'd be like, he doesn't like, you know what he's doing.
the thing that you were just talking about niggas being in the studio together.
Yeah.
After class, I would always hold my door open, and I'm just like making shit. I'm chopping samples up. I figured out how to do that. Tempo, speed. Like I stole like my father's old school CDs. listening to them synths all night. Like, damn, this is the loop. This is a good loop. And there's this one kid from Brooklyn. His name is Blaze. He was annoying as fuck, but he was so persistent because he knew me and him made, you know, good joints together. So I'd be making this, I'd be, you know, building up a loop or building up a drum pattern, and he'd be like, yo, add a snare here, or, you know, take that hi, like just how the Nas and Hit Boy shit was doing.
Yeah.
And then this other guy, he's from North Carolina, his name is Broadway Miller.
Okay.
Right? And we made a hit.
Okay, what was it called?
It's called What's Up?
Hey, okay. So can I get a bar? Can I get a bar?
Nah, I forgot. I forgot. But the hook, yo, listen, that I think if it got a little airplay today, it'd be all right.
What?
It'd be all right.
All right, we gotta find this record. We
We'll
gotta
find
this
that record. Broadway, if you listening, email me that record.
So why'd you stop?
SoundCloud.
My software kept crashing.
Yeah, that's
it.
You let software stop the dream, bro?
I was in college. I'm in college.
How many legends made their way?
Yeah, you know how many
making
times my
beats in
father
college?
fixed, you know how many times my parents fixed my computer?
Yes.
Because it's overheated, because it's too much shit saved on it. It's
Yes.
just like,
You
I
get you
never
a big
cut it off.
terabyte, you get you a big hard drive, and you just change them bitches out.
At that point when my shit started like crashing a lot, I kind of shifted my focus to radio.
Lo, I'm gonna tell you something right now.
But
I'm making you a promise.
I'm making you
a promise right here on this show.
I had
Finish.
Broadway Miller, the What's Up track. They played on WPGC
Okay.
in DC
Okay.
or Maryland, whatever. And then he performed it at Howard Homecoming.
Hey, that's a big
That
one.
Yard Fest.
How'd you feel when you saw yourself?
Felt crazy.
It's crazy, right?
So yeah, so yes, I've dibbled and dabbled, and you know, and I still feel like I could do it today.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm making you a promise right here. As God is my witness, you will have another hit record, bro. Yeah, I'm going to get you back into. I will get you back into making beats.
Yeah.
I will get you back into your creative space. I promise you. You listen to too much music and consume too much music to not know what does or doesn't sound good, and you know too many rappers that would jump up at the opportunity to be like, oh shit, my nigga makes beats. Hell yeah. They will. I know 5 niggas right now that be like, Lo got beats? Send them shits. Like, first off, I know enough rappers where they just want to work with people that they like and they want to give a shot to. And you know so many motherfuckers. Like, bro, we gonna...
I had some shit.
We bringing Keyz back. We bringing Keyz back. Come on now.
I had some shit. It was just
Low Main Dupree.
bro. I was. That sound like a fucking.
Sound like a Chinese dish. See, when you blow back up, that's gonna be your dish at Say Less. Not here.
I just
the
had,
restaurant.
I just had. It was fun, and I was selling beats for $50.
Oh, that's not bad.
So I was
You
giving
making
niggas
decent
like,
money?
bro. I was making beats for money. So like I was
Oh,
using
yeah.
that shit for like, you know, Chinese food, getting a haircut, taking a chick out on like that's how I was making and selling mixtapes.
Did you lock yourself in the room for 5
Bro,
beats a day?
every day
for
after
3 summers?
Nah, I didn't do all that shit.
That's a different world. Like 3 summers. I deserted.
I'm not a rapper,
these
so like,
numbers.
I don't know why he's
That
rapping.
would have been. That's the
I want to
evolution,
hear.
bro.
I want to hear this song.
No, but I would be up to like 6 a.m. chopping samples, chopping like drum loops, like just banging on the fucking reason. Like I was bleeding that shit to death. And I was combining like I would chop a sample in Fruity Loops.
Yeah.
Then upload it to like one of the keypads in
Yeah.
Reason to switch the tempo,
Okay.
build a drum pattern around it, track it out, record it. Like, you know how you live track it?
Okay. I don't know. I never got that far.
Anybody that makes beats, like
Yeah.
when you track out a beat, like you start the sample or you program it.
Okay.
And then, that's what the hook is. All right.
You know what
Here's
you
a
got to
little
do.
bridge. Here's the verse. Here's the ending. Boom. Sell it to somebody.
You know what you got to do. You got to bring the trumpet out too. You got.
I wasn't in the studio. I was in a dorm room.
You got to sample yourself, bro. That's the next step.
Remember that clip from Ryan Leslie when he was.
That's gotta be going to the next room, like going to the next shit, do the next instrument. That's gonna be. You kind of tell, yo, bro. Listen,
It was mad fun. I had mad fun
listen.
doing that shit.
I believe in you, Lo. I think. Listen, I don't think that thing ever leaves you.
It doesn't.
I think if you
It doesn't.
if you like recommitted yourself to be like, you know what, let me just try this out, and then you make something.
You know how I know I still got it? During the pandemic, Genius released this drum machine pattern.
Okay.
And they let producers, make the shit and
You
then
made
upload
some?
it. Yeah, I made some.
Where is it?
I ain't
You
got it?
gotta have it.
I ain't
It was
You gotta
not that,
bring all
it wasn't that
that.
long ago. You
We're
have
gonna
it.
find.
This
We're
like-
gonna
this
find.
like-
It can't be that
This
long.
was like
Let
a
us
year and a
hear
half
it.
ago.
Let us hear
We're
it.
gonna find this. We're gonna find this beat.
Let us
yo.
hear it. I know you have it.
Bars in your notes app, though.
Huh?
Do you have bars in your notes app?
Nah.
He's not a rapper.
I'm not a rapper,
Everybody's got
bro.
a couple, right?
You gotta. This is
You
the.
got any?
You got.
Nah. I ain't that. I ain't that.
Friday?
Once you're back in your producer bag, after that
Beat making.
beat making bag. No, here's how you become the producer, right? After you start making beats, you're gonna make your little 4-bar hooks. You know what I mean? You're gonna sell these hooks to people. You're gonna get that writing credit, you get that publishing credit. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get all that shit. You're gonna get your trumpet, so you're not sampling nobody. You make your put that shit in there. You know what I'm saying?
I'm good with the radio for now.
LowKey's nah, bro. We
good.
take
I'm
you-
good. I'm good with radio
Look
right
at
now.
Ludacris, bro. Ludacris loved the radio too. Loved the radio.
Right.
Niggas like, nah, man, you rap. He's like, I rap, bro. Now look at him in space with cars. Now look at him. He's sitting here thinking about the radio. This motherfucker's in space. Nigga's small, man. Damn, I believe you, Lo. I think that doesn't leave you. And I know you consume so much music, you would know how to make some hot shit.
I know how to count bars. I know how to, I know like all that stuff. I taught myself how to do that.
Man.
You know what I mean?
producer
So
Keyz.
imagine if I
One
had
time for
actual
Keyz.
technical training.
One time for Keyz, yo,
Appreciate
the legend.
it.
We're gonna bring him back.
Appreciate
As
it.
God is my witness.
Can we call this episode Keyz Open Doors? And ode to one of my favorite
There
groups,
it
the
is.
Clips.
Kind of like Womp.
He's a
I like Womp is funny.
No. Do not call this episode Womp,
Good
bro.
thing that did not take off.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Womp.
WMP, Weapons of Mass Production.
What?
God damn.
How was
that was a fun time.
Walemania?
Yo,
Yeah, how was that?
Walemania was, and just this week in general, was probably one of the most rewarding weeks of my entire career in life. Like, it was by far the best Walemania we've ever thrown.
Right.
I mean, I thanked a whole lot of people in the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
And I could probably thank a million more because that's how many people. I didn't even ask to help. They just came and was like, yo, what can I do? Like,
But make sure you, Emilio. He
Of
was-
course,
oh,
Emilio
yeah,
off top. You
okay,
kidding me?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Emilio,
yeah.
myself and Emilio, that's my
Yeah, Ace Boom Coon.
Ace Boom Coon, man. Like,
less.
he was the absolute engine back there. But I mean, goddamn, Cameron Hawkins, Suzette, Andrea, Andreas Howell,
himself.
Wale, DJ Money, TJ Banks,
Money.
DJ Who Kid, Hit Row, Swerve, God. I mean, the wild shit about it was a lot of people were asking like, how can you even do an event? Jesse Kirschenbaum, Jesse, my guy, legendary event producer and entrepreneur, helped launch Crown with Elliot and those live events. He's amazing. We had a partnership with AXS Golden Voice, who is the production company that puts together Coachella. Then they reached out to us with an offer for Walemania early in the month. And, this one was the hardest one to produce because we didn't have money to produce it, right? Like, in the past several years, we either had Foot Locker or Ciroc or like any of these liquor brands, all that type of stuff. Even the Spotify look, I just did off the love because we was already down there and we was putting a step and repeat together. And I was like, we're doing a live podcast. We might as well put it up there and get the mileage out of it. But the only money we really had was what came from Golden Voice and the ticket sales.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of just bare bones shit. But I knew we could not have a show in Los Angeles after Dallas. After how good Dallas was,
Right.
I was like, we can't go to Los Angeles and not do something. So a lot of the shit I just funded on my own. I was like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna do this shit, and I'll just hope I'll reap the benefits long term. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, a lot of people that came, I paid out of my own pocket, but a lot more people just did it off the love. Like, Who Kid was just like, yo, I'm a fan. Like, I just want to come and just DJ.
Bro, that's the thing. Like, I think a lot of people, like how you gave me my flowers last week.
Yeah.
A lot of people really, really, really genuinely see how much you care to project how good this is and how good it's gonna be.
Yeah.
And just for a face such as yours and a culture that's not as
Yeah, I mean, we're not, we don't
Yeah,
see a
man.
lot of people that look like us in this.
Right.
And that's what they look forward to every year. They know no matter what that I'm going to represent.
there's
And
going to be a space for us in this
Yes.
massive production of entertainment.
Yes.
And I think the fact that, you're putting yourself out on a limb, you're sticking your neck out there. And I think a lot of people of stature, I think a lot of people that support the culture are like, nah, we sticking our neck out there with him.
Man, that's and it's crazy you say that because WWE and AEW, two like competing companies, were both like, we understand the magnitude of this event and like we would love to send our talent out there. So like we had the motherfucking main event of WrestleMania at our show, like just kicking with us for like an hour and a half at the podcast. Like shout out to Jimmy Uso, Jay Uso, Solo Sikoa, the Bloodline. Like the motherfuckers was drinking and partying with us on Thursday night and main eventing in front of 100,000 people at SoFi Stadium Saturday
Bro,
night.
I
which was-
forgot who hit me on Twitter, and he's an avid wrestling fan. And he was like, yo, is that your boy KAZ on whatever show you was hosting that was
yeah.
a big...
Oh yeah, NXT Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, he was like, is that your boy KAZ? I'm like, yeah, my nigga, he's primetime. Like, don't
So that was crazy. That shit happened like as I got there.
Okay.
So obviously WWE got sold this week, right? They got sold
Yeah, I
to
saw it.
Endeavor,
I saw that.
which is now they pretty much became a functioning company with the UFC owned by
Is it like 2.6 billion or some shit like that?
Yeah, so apparently the sale was for $9 billion, but now the company, which is merged with UFC and Endeavor, is going to create like this whole new company, which can project out to $21 billion.
Oh, okay.
So
The fact that I even know this shit is
well,
it's literally because of you.
Well, it was big news
I mean,
everywhere.
it was big news, but
Yeah.
like I would have not normally tuned in or cared about what, but now
Right.
I did. But
That's
yeah,
enough.
like
But-
but now I know.
But yeah, so I mean, basically, so I got there, and obviously WWE is just about to get sold. So, and I've been to a million wrestling events and a bunch of WrestleManias. I just noticed that there was just not a lot more folks there. And I knew why. They were like they're cutting costs, they're being tight because they're about to sell and blah blah blah. So they got to keep costs low. So I was already there on behalf of Spotify and The Ringer and doing all of our shows down there. We had a great setup at the Los Angeles Convention Center and. The JW Marriott and at the Spotify studios in California. And after our first set of interviews, one of the WWE, the head of media, my guy, Chris Gentle, who is a wonderful man I've known for over a decade now, from Strike Force and DAZN, and just an good dude, was like, yo, man, like I did an interview with Braun Strowman, who was a big, hulking, scary man, and we made him cry. Because we got him deep, and we talked about some stuff that he never really talked about, and he got really emotional. But it was probably one of the best interviews he's had.
That's dope.
And literally right after that, he was like, "Yo, man, Wade Barrett, who was a guy who used to be on NXT and is a commentator for them, was like, yeah, we couldn't get Wade Barrett here in time, but would you like to do the pre-show with Rosenberg?" And I was like,
That's I saw that picture.
fuck yeah. So
wait, Rosenberg was already on it.
yeah, so Rosenberg was already doing the so Rosenberg was supposed to be like a panelist, and because that guy Wade Barrett couldn't make it, he became like the A Mike, like the lead dude.
Gotcha.
And he was like, yo, I was gonna bounce off of them, but now he has to lead. So,
So
we were
like now it's a shift.
so now it all shifts. So they asked if we could do it on Thursday.
Yeah.
You got to get up early Saturday morning. I think we were up at like 7 a.m.
Walemania
Walemania was Thursday night.
So you had a day in
So you had a
between.
day to chill
Yeah,
and
so-
just, okay.
But in between, but I was doing interviews all week. So
Yeah,
I had interviews Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And and shout out to Spotify. It was an amazing experience in WWE. But it happened so fast that I couldn't have time to like get nervous about it. So like
You were just in the moment, like, all right, let's go.
I was like, all right, fuck it. So I went, thankfully I brought a blazer with me. So I throw that on. I had no tie. I just said, fuck it. It's NXT. Like, I don't got to be suited and booted
not
or
the
whatever.
Grammys.
Yeah, whatever. Like, if it was WrestleMania, I would have went and like got me a suit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, it was
But
like,
this is
I was like, I put a
little
blazer
more
on.
a little comfortable,
I
but
don't know,
yeah.
with business cash here. And, it happened so fast. It's like, oh God, like I'm walking into the crypto.com and I'm sitting in the arena all alone, and I'm looking up and I'm seeing like the Kobe's retired jersey and Gasol's newly retired
Shaq's
jersey
over
and
there,
Shaq and
the band and the championship
it's
banners.
like, man,
surreal.
That is the one thing I do miss about working at WWE though. The one thing I do miss about it is that we used to go to all these arenas.
And you get to see them in
Yeah.
And you could just and it was quiet when nobody's there,
That's
and
crazy.
like and the crypto, formerly known as Staples Center, is just like a beautiful venue. Like even before you walk in, you see the statues
Yeah.
of Magic and Elgin and Shaq
Yeah.
and Oscar De La Hoya and Chick Hearn, and I'm just sitting there. And by the time I'm walking on the stage, before they usually do like the pre-shows like on a nice little like desk on the side where it's away from the crowd. They were like, "Nah, we're gonna put you like right in the front of the stage on the entrance." I was like,
nice.
"Oh shit!" So
That's prime real estate.
prime real estate. So like, I got a little bit of a pop, which I was excited about. Like once they said my name, I was like, "Oh shit, nigga, oh shit, let's go." And then after that, like the nerves was all gone. Like I was just like, "Holy shit, like I can do this." And Rosenberg, Peter Rosenberg. Like if it was with anybody else, I'd probably be more nervous.
It's your guy.
I'm with my co-host
Yeah.
David
That's your guy,
Shoemaker.
bro.
I'm with my man Rosenberg. I'm like, we do this all the time. There's just cameras here. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was an amazing experience. Walemania itself, man.
It looked like the pictures that I saw and some of the video clips that I saw, and I'm like, yeah.
I definitely
He
had to
looked
go.
like-
I definitely had to go into my Palooza bag of tricks to pull that off.
No, but see, like, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
When I see pictures of you,
Yeah.
like I know what you're thinking.
Yeah,
Right?
you know.
I know. 'Cause,
We
like,
done been through it.
I would have the same looks. I remember there was one picture, like it was upward,
Yeah.
and you were looking out to the crowd, and I'm like, yeah, he's a little stressed right now.
I did it. So all right,
I'm like, he's a little stressed right now.
doors opened at 7 p.m. I did not get to enjoy that party until at least 11:30. At least, like it was.
So you remember doing Palooza? Doors would open at 6,
but it was
5
different though.
o'clock.
Like
Nah, but-
Palooza, I had, I feel like outside of like getting
Well,
like the special
yeah,
guests
that-
or whatever,
yeah.
I think a lot of our responsibility was getting the party going, getting the shots
So, like,
up.
so, yeah,
So
getting
it
on
wasn't like
stage.
grabbing people,
but-
making sure everything was good.
So everything was like on me.
Yeah. But see, like the way you felt about that
Yeah.
with Walemania is the way I felt about it when we did Barclays.
Yes. Okay.
Because I was
yeah.
like, I was so enamored with keeping 2,500 people entertained, all eyes on the stage, stage, the chemistry of the stage going well. And it wasn't until I'm like, okay, this is the last. Now I can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Then when I walked off stage, that was the only moment I enjoyed it.
So it was like this, right?
Getting
so
off stage.
When I'm walking off
Oh,
stage,
off
and
stage.
just like saying my last words, and I looked around and I just like soaked it in for 30
Yeah.
seconds. That was the last thing. That was the first time I enjoyed. Oh my god! So I can understand where he's coming from.
I'll tell you like this. So you were all there with me last year in Dallas,
yeah,
right? It was more or less, it was a free for all.
It was free for all. We were more loose.
Yeah, it was like, come on stage, perform, sing song, blah, 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 blah.
Talk shit, yeah.
This one, I was like, no. I'm going to make sure this shit is
structure.
This shit is structured to the minute. You know what I mean? So shout out to Andrea, who is a wonderful woman. She's an executive producer and showrunner. She's done the Kids' Choice Awards, done the Teen Choice Awards. She's a beast. And she was like, yo, I'll come and help produce the show for you for free. I just want to be down with it. I was like, what? She's like, all right, yeah. So
Like this is like credited.
super,
status.
yes. It's
Accomplished.
Viacom, Paramount, that's
And
what
said,
she
yo,
does.
let me come rock
She's
with
like,
you.
I
real
did the
quick.
Kids' Choice Awards last week. This is what I do. Like, I will help take this shit off of I'll help this be less stressful for
And
you.
how what's your relationship?
Wrestling fans, right? Like, I mean,
like
she's
working relationship.
we didn't have one. I met her through Emilio Sparks. Emilio was like, "Yo, like this girl is dope. It's what she does, and if we want this to really sing, she's the person to have." So she
that's
came
dope.
and helped.
And didn't want nothing.
Didn't want nothing. She was just like, "Yo, I just want to help make this shit great."
What
You
did
know
she?
I mean?
So at the end of the night, what did she say to you?
we made this shit great. I gave her a big ass hug, got a bottle of champagne. I thanked her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like and mind you, a lot of the talent knew her already because, you know, she's worked with a lot of wrestlers before. She's done the Kid Choice Awards. She was just with the New Day and Big E and all these guys just last week on Nickelodeon or whatever. So it was easy for her.
So when they saw her, they probably felt more comfortable.
Easy.
Like,
They're like, oh, this is a real show.
Yeah,
it's not just like, oh, like a lot, because in years past, it was basically a club. Like, show up to the club.
Like we was fucking around.
Be in the club, maybe pull some people backstage from behind the scenes, whatever. But like, no, this felt like arrival times is here, call time is here,
red carpet is here,
like
green rooms over there.
To the minute. So we had, the first hour, we host the Masked Man Show, my wrestling show on Ringer with the Usos and Solo Sikoa, part of the Bloodline, which is like the biggest wrestling group.
I was there at the house that night.
Right,
yeah, so
right. Massive.
I was excited that I knew who they were.
There you go. Massive wrestling stars, right? And they're having like a career year. Yeah. And Jimmy, who is one half of the brothers, his wife used to wrestle at WWE up until last year. Her name is Trinity Fatu. Her name used to be Naomi on TV, but she was on Total Divas. She's one of the first black women to win a world title at WrestleMania. Like, she made a whole lot of history, but you know, her career got cut short with WWE, and she left the company last year. And a lot of people that really were fans in her and loved her never got to like give her flowers before she left or went on to do other stuff with her life. So, you know, we had the Usos do their thing in the beginning, and then we had Trinity do her thing at towards the end, right before the party really became a party. In between that, my friend Andreas Hale, who's a wonderful man. You know Andreas.
My God.
You know Andreas. He's a legend. Blog era legend, sporting news, all that type of stuff.
BT.com legend.
Of course.
Bro.
You know, we hatched this plan to surprise our good friend Big E, who is a former WWE World Champion, a good friend of mine. Y'all have all met E with me before. Everybody who's ever met him said the same thing.
Big dog.
Big dude. Not Omos.
Oh, okay.
Omos.
My fault.
Big E is, you met Big E. He's a thick motherfucker, but, you know, funny as hell. But, you know, last year, E suffered a neck injury, you know, during a match, which might be, you know, he's still not necessarily sure if he's ever going to wrestle again, you know what I mean? But, you know, he's still super popular and famous, so he's doing other things creatively or whatever. So, we got to surprise him with like this really dope like tribute video with like people from his life, like his you know, his college teammates, his wrestling teammates, his friends growing up, so for you know, fellow wrestlers, fellow athletes, and he was very choked up at that moment as well. And then, you know, that was amazing. He gives a very impromptu speech that the crowd goes crazy for. And then Wale comes out, and, you know, the whole time I'm with Wale for the entire week, and he's basically like the most nervous I've ever seen him be, because he was like, yo, I haven't performed in a year. I have been laying, like, he's been purposely laying low for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I know that
really,
reason,
yeah, exactly. So like, he hasn't really done much outside. So he was like, dog, I don't even know what to do.
He sounded like me when you told me to get on the mic. And I'm like, bro, I don't know what the fuck.
And I gave him the same exact speech I gave you, yo. I'm like, motherfucker, this is what you do. People are here to see you.
Yeah.
Have no nerves about this, man.
Your name is on the marquee, my guy.
Your name's on the marquee. And, you know, and if you know Wale, you know he is very hard to accept any sort of praise or any sort of, like, you know.
He's a Virgo.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how we're Virgo. Like, Virgo, we can't accept things.
As soon as he got back there and saw, like, all the love, like, it was just so much love back there, bro. Like, it was just celebrity. Like, Jalen Ramsey pulled up.
Oh, wow.
A bunch of NFL players pulled up. Obviously, all the WWE and AEW guys pulled up. It was lots of women. It was a lot of women in there. Probably the most women a lot of wrestling fans have ever been around like that. I mean, even the wrestling fans themselves, they really showed out, and they like went so hard on social media for weeks promoting it, saying like, yo, this is the event to be at. This is it.
I had motherfuckers like, yo, Lo, you coming? I'm like, I don't know about this shit.
Bro.
But they was like, yo, we need, you and Rosy, we need y'all back. I'm
Man.
like, listen, Rosy's in North Carolina. I'm holding down the fort in New York City. KAZ got it.
Yeah, bro. And it just turned into one of the best nights of my career, man. Like, it just felt like as was like you've ever had that moment where like you feel like some transformative shit happening like in the moment, you know what I'm saying? And like I just remember last year in Dallas, as cool as Dallas was, like everybody was here and I looked up, there wasn't a whole lot of people in the top row.
No, it wasn't.
This year, as soon as I walked out and then I heard the intro video finish and then I said, "What's up, LA?" and I seen the house lights go up and seen that bitch full, I was like I'm just getting goosebumps right now. I was just like, oh shit, like this is gonna be a night. And then every moment kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like it just kept compounding where it was just like, cool moment now, cool music moment, cool rap moment, cool wrestling moment, cool music moment, cool rap moment. And then like fucking Elliot Wilson was there. Like Mouse was there. Like it just, you know, Phil, Day, I mean,
shout out to my guy Phil.
Who Kid, Sam
man.
Robert. I mean, just everybody. And white folks too. There was a lot of white folks.
They're not excluded.
They was in there like
excluded from the culture.
They was in there like, yo, I didn't know what to expect, but goddamn, Kaz, this is great.
They're not excluded from the rest of culture, but no, you know, I saw. You know what's funny? What really brought it together? Cam came, and you know, Cam, we done Paloozas together, many, and he looked at it and said, "This looks like what goes on in your head all the time." He's like, this looks like a KAZ festival. It's like there's rappers, there's wrestlers, there's athletes, there's music. It was
That makes sense.
That makes a ton of sense, because if you know KAZ, and you know, Cam knows KAZ, you know, very well. That's when I saw the photos and I saw the clips and I saw the people that were there and I saw how it looked and I saw just how fun it looked through the photos. Like you could smell the fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you could see the expressions on your face, you know, looking at, you know, Mouse and Elliot and DJ Money and Westside and
Trapaholics, DJ Trapaholics was in there. Smoke Dizza was in there. Westside Guns saying right brick on my brick. Fucking Giovanni came.
So when you see all of those figures in a different capacity, in a different world that, you know, we don't necessarily live in together, Cam is correct in his observation. He's like, yeah, this is what KAZ's Dreamville Fest looks like.
Basically, that's kind of what it felt like, man. Like after a while, like obviously none of this gets done without Wale. Like me and Wale are just as close as me and you are, and just, you know, we have a lot of the similar interests, and we don't. I told him in Sparks this the other day. I was like, yo, we got big three chemistry, where it's like, I don't need to know. Like, I could throw you a no-look pass and I know you're going to catch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could throw an alley-oop and know, like, that motherfucker's going to go finish it. You know what I'm saying?
There have been plenty of times where KAZ has lobbed things to me or just looked at me and said, get it done.
Yeah, man. Sometimes, like, when you have a real connection with people, like, I don't have to sit with Low and Rosy and be like, all right, guys, we got to
powwow.
Like, me and like,
it's just like,
yeah, like we have.
I'm already on it.
We have a chemistry. Like I feel like the people that I'm really close with, like you guys, Wale, Sparks, Jake, everybody here, like we have a chemistry, especially like anybody who's played sports as an athlete. You know, you don't have to.
Let them have it. For right
There's
now,
a point here. There's a point here.
For right now, let them have it.
There's a point here. You know, a lot of times you don't necessarily need to have that communication. You know, like I can just give you a look, and you'll know what the look is. Like
I know
there's not a whole lot of
it's not all about back and forth. And it's like, oh, I know what he wants.
And on top of that, I just have a lot of trust in the people that I keep very close to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like just being able to see that just play out in live action. And I mean, God, we trended worldwide. We was a number 10 trending topic. We did Sports Center earlier that day in LA with Stan Verrett. I mean, we did Sports Center, bro. You didn't see it? it's Sports Center that Thursday, bro. Like, it was nuts, man. Like, it was funny because the venue was right next to ESPN Studios. So like, I was
cheat code. You did that on purpose.
Yeah, bro, they hit me up the day of. They're like, yo, they do this LA scene thing every Thursday night.
Oh, that's fine.
You know, and they'll have like rappers come on and like just talk about like what's happening in LA or whatever.
Yeah.
And
you did it?
Wale did it, but I was there. I was there with him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, but he was like, yo, the Novo's right here, ESPN's right here. So like I was doing the walkthroughs, making sure sound check was good, going through the videos, going through the intros, the tribute videos, making sure that all the bottles was backstage, making sure fucking the list was straight.
You sound like Rory and Bennett right now.
That's basically what I was.
I
was Rory, Benner, and Low all in one person. I was like, I had to be Rory and Benner for like 75% of the show, and then I had to go on stage and like, you know what I mean? But then, you know, I did all that. Then I bounced over to ESPN, Stanford, and was fucking awesome. And it was really dope just being in that Sports Center studio where all that magic happens. And then once that was done, I booked it right back to right next to the Novo. And we was there. I was there until like 5 a.m. Like,
so did you get any rest?
Wait, I was gonna say, where's WrestleMania next year?
Next year it is in Philadelphia.
We out.
Bro, it's WrestleMania.
Is that the Eagles?
Lincoln Financial.
We out.
Let me tell you something.
I'll rent the car.
I'll
rent the car.
After Walemania this year, I had so many people
at your fucking
saying
door.
Like,
yep.
Yo, we're coming to Philly now. Like, we're whatever you need. So
we want it.
Last but not least, man, shout out to the entire team of people. I know I'm forgetting a ton of people. Ben and Blake Riccardi, my guys. Those awesome recap videos that you saw from his company, Times 10, who does amazing content for big budget companies. Another team that was like, yo, we just want to be a part of it, bro. Let's send all their camera crews out. Shout out to the Riccardi brothers. They are fantastic people. I mean, Wale, there's not much I can say about him that I've already said, man.
Yeah,
he gives me so much opportunity. And I'll say this, man. A lot of people have a lot of things to say about Wale personally and musically and a lot of other shit, but I'm not where I'm at if it's not for him, man. He's given me so many
Press them horns.
He has played fullback to my running back so many times. He has cleared so many gaps for me. Just being being who he is, just trusting me, just put me in situations to where he's like, yo, man, I don't want to do any of these things without you. For folks that are fans of his, I promise you, music is coming. Big things are coming from him. He's just doing what's right by him right now, which is just being a human being, living life, doing what he got to do, you know what I'm saying? And I promise you when he comes back, he's going to come back with a full vengeance. But this was a nice taste of...
We're not mad at him. We just, take a little feature or something.
Nah, man. He's going to be on his Black album. He's going to be on his Black album that's coming out right now. He's got a verse on there.
I'm speaking for Wale fans.
Black's album's already out.
Yeah, he's on that 6 Lag.
Yeah, that's already out, right?
Yeah. It just came out. I think it came out last week.
Black's album?
Yeah, no. Speaking of albums, shout out to Drama. Shout out to Drama. I'm really like that. The features on there.
I like the rollout. Oh, it's out already.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you were.
I wasn't at the...
Yeah, you were removed.
I still don't know what month it is. I'm like, is April already?
Hey, listen, as long as you got a pulse, you're good. We'll fill you in. But nah.
Talk to me, Drama.
Shout out to the Drama album, DJ Drama. It's really like that. The rollout was prolific. If you know me, you know that I love Juice. Juice is one of my favorite, if not favorite movie of all time. And
I love Juice and Juice.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't love Juice? I love Juice. What up, Jake?
Yo, bro, we were doing good for so long.
I just kidding.
No, but every promotional clip was a prolific scene from the movie Juice. So if you remember Juice, Bishop and Q had that, that scene at the locker room. Then they had the scene in the DJ booth when they was going back and forth and the cops came and got them. A couple other scenes when, GQ went to auditioned for his battle,
Yep.
and Queen Latifah was the judge.
The Queen Latifah cameo was fire.
Shout out to Jim Jones who directed it. Joel Santana made a cameo. So shout and they had the original Juice characters in every scene. If you remember the scene from the living room,
Yes.
And they had the fight. Bishop and Q got into the fight.
Is that his favorite movie?
It's.
I just wanna know where the idea came
I don't
from.
know if it's his favorite movie, but because of him being a DJ and him loving the culture so much, and Juice being a part of hip hop culture so much,
Yeah.
it's synonymous in why he would choose
Got
that.
it.
And I would have did the same thing if I had an album coming out. So if you didn't listen to the Drama's album, check it out. It's got Nipsey Hussle on there, Jeezy, 42 Doug, Lil Uzi Vert, Jack Harlow, Wayne, Gucci, Roddy Ricch, Tyler the Creator. Speaking of Tyler, he just did a deluxe album of Call Me If You Get Lost. Drama's on that again as well. So Drama, his second win is just insane right now. Who else? Larry June and The Alchemist, they dropped their shit. So you got to
Yes,
make sure
I
you
wanna
check
hear
out that shit. Jermaine Dupri and Currency for motivational use only. They just dropped their shit. 2
Spitter.
Chainz.
What up,
2
Spitter?
Chainz is on there. T.I.'s on there. 10 joints. Crack. Fire. Check out that 2 Chainz joints. I think it's called Set It Off or Let It Off or something with off, but it's fucking immaculate. There's a lot of great music out and coming out. I was gonna get to something. Shout to Angel Reese, and that's it.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Can we talk about it?
We can. If we talk about somebody that's really like that, if we talking about somebody that's really like that,
Yo.
a transfer from Maryland,
Yeah.
came to LSU.
The Bayou Barbie. They
Ain't she
call
from
her.
Baltimore?
She from Louisiana.
Nah, she from.
I think she from,
Nah, I
no.
think
She from
from
Baltimore. Oh, she from
Baltimore.
Baltimore. You're right.
She
right.
from
I'm
Baltimore.
bugging. My fault.
Again, I don't want to deep dive too much because we've been seeing it for the last week, and
All I'm happy is that women's basketball is fucking popping.
And that's
right
it.
now.
Right.
That's it.
I was like, the men's tournament was bad compared to that shit.
Right.
They had what, like 6.4 million views?
Listen, it was around like the Sweet
Something like that.
16 where I was like, the
Shifting
women's
gear,
tournament
shit.
going
Yeah,
on.
this shit is getting a little spicy.
It's a little
over it.
spicy. I mean, shout out Caitlin Clark,
She
white
just
girl
won-
from Iowa.
She just won the point guard,
Bob Cousy Award or what? Don Stanley Award?
for 3 years in a row.
Okay, yeah.
So no.
Caitlin Clark, a bad
Kayla
girl.
Clark is a fucking
I just like that she had her
beast.
back.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's
She
what
was
it's
like,
supposed
she
to
just
be.
competed. That's it.
that's what the
That's what
dope
it's
shit
supposed to
about it
be.
was. It's like, yeah, man, like she talked shit to, like she was doing this first to people. Like
Shout out to Tony Yayo.
Like Caitlin, yeah, shout out Tony Yayo. No Tony Yayo erasure on my watch.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark is a killer,
She's
but
a
on top
dog.
of that, she talks wild shit. Like, and I
As you
like
should,
that.
though.
And not to
As
say,
you
and not to
should.
say
I
Angel
like that.
does it, but
I
it's
love
just-
it.
I love both of
Talks
it.
wild shit.
I love it.
Angel talks wild shit.
They
Angel,
both do.
Angel's like, I saw people comparing her like Patrick Beverly. It's like Patrick
Nah,
Beverly.
man. Patrick Beverly's a role player.
Yeah.
That's the
Angel
point.
is their
If
superstar.
Angel is dropping, or Patrick Beverly is dropping 30 a game and talking shit like that, people would love
Of
him.
course,
But he's
they
not,
would.
and he won't.
Of course, though. Don't sleep though. High school Pat Bev. High school Pat Bev averaged 35.
We're not talking
35
about.
a game.
No, we're talking about
He
pro
was-
Pat Bev.
He was an elite Chicago school. It was just hilarious to look back when you see him as a
Pat
pro.
Bev is playing real small right now.
This is fact.
So, all right, never mind.
My fault, Austin Reeves.
Nah, no. Shout out to Angel Reese. She's getting her just due. She is a national championship.
Yeah.
Caitlin said, "I competed. I compete. She competed."
Yeah.
And she doesn't deserve any slack. And that's how you back up your players.
The wild shit was like the funny.
And that's fine.
It's fucked up, right? Because like I like Keith Olbermann, yo. Like I thought Keith Olbermann was a cool old white guy. I was like,
Before
oh,
that
man.
comment,
once I saw that, I was like,
you sucker ass
damn.
nigga. And the fact,
That's why we always a little cautious around white people because it's like, there it is.
Nah, there it is.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that gym.
That's why we always a little cautious
Well,
around
I
you,
think,
bro. You too.
I think Shaq spoke for all of us. I think Shaq spoke for all of us.
1,000%.
1,000%, yo. I'm
Shaq
like,
spoke for everybody.
How do you? I just don't get how you have that many followers and that much influence, and then you say I don't watch sports.
Yeah, like I would have just you could have just shut the fuck up.
You could have just shut the fuck up,
That's
my
all
nigga.
you could have done.
Nobody asked you.
No,
You know what I mean?
nobody. What he said? Class's piece of shit.
Yeah, like no, that was the dude from Barstool. That was a
fuck him,
porno.
fuck him.
He said something just as bad.
Yeah,
though.
just
like,
as
I
bad.
forgot,
It's always the
but
white men that say that, but
It
whatever.
was just like,
No
yo,
offense,
bro,
Jay.
like the whole white night, like,
What
oh
was
my
it that
god.
he said? Hold on.
He said something.
It's something in that.
Said, what a fucking idiot.
Called a woman a fucking
idiot.
A college student too.
First of all, just calling any woman you don't know a fucking idiot is a choice.
Any
Any person.
Wait, for competing and winning a national championship because they did a gesture.
Yo, bro.
Not
listen.
like it wasn't like someone fought.
Not gonna hold you.
Not like someone got physical.
She did kind of milk it. She did milk it a little bit.
So what?
But I just wasn't natty.
So what?
I'm milking it. Yo,
Yes.
what else am I gonna be able to milk it?
We were not picked to win this. We were not picked to come to the Final
how do you
Four.
feel?
Everybody has South Carolina.
Everybody.
winning that.
So
I
yes,
had South Carolina winning that.
yeah, fuck you. Yeah, here's my ring. I need it. Size
Yeah.
7. What we doing?
Yeah.
Like, but I guarantee you, we're not gonna go there.
What?
No, because the conversation's already been had.
But listen, that's the
Congratulations,
thing. The thing that
LSU.
sucks about it though is now it's turned into like
A race war.
not a
No.
Not a race. It's
yes,
a
it
race
has, bro.
issue. It's a race
Race
issue.
war, bro.
A race
Like-
war is aggressive, but it's
I mean,
definitely
no
a
one's
race issue.
dying. I mean, no, okay, no one's dying.
Because the reason why people watch it is because Hoopers loved
Love
it.
that shit. Yeah.
Hoopers loved it. Caitlin Clark is probably the most electrifying women's basketball player on the planet. There's 5 women that you can readily recognize in the entire women's game, and 4 of them play in college. Paige Bukers, Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Angel Reese. And they're all, except for Aaliyah Boston, they're all coming back next year.
I didn't see anybody calling Jadakiss a classless piece of shit when he embarrassed the Dipset on the Garden stage.
I mean,
It's competitive, right?
Also, I don't
It's
see.
competitive, right? You're supposed to be right. It's competitive,
I guess.
Okay,
yeah.
then. All right.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
It was
Your
weird.
dumbass up.
It was
I hear
weird,
that.
man. I feel like I'm so mad. Have you ever been caught by like some off guard racism by somebody you like?
Not off. Wait, by somebody I like?
Yeah, because I really fucked with Keith Olbermann. Like that was my dude on SportsCenter, and even when he left ESPN,
I mean,
I was still following him.
off guard racism directed towards me or just in general?
He's trying to say he got
Towards
caught
you.
off guard.
Yeah, towards you.
Well,
but
I mean, I don't know if it's off guard racism, but like my bus driver called me a nigga when I was 7.
that's pretty on guard.
It's on guard, right?
That's pretty upfront.
direct, right?
That's pretty upfront.
That's what we're talking about? Yeah.
All right, okay.
But like, you
So I
know,
misconstrued the message. All right,
that
my
shit
fault.
was just like, whoa! Like it's the reason why we always have that innate sort of what's the word, that guardedness
Of course.
about races, about white people, man. Like, cause that's sometimes like deep down inside,
They feel the way they feel.
I think we all had that thing about us where we're just like, that's how you really think about me. You know what I mean? Like,
Which is why I think, and I'm not trying to make this a political issue, but I think a lot of people respect Trump because he says how the fuck he feels about you.
listen, man. If Trump wasn't president, he'd probably be one of my favorite
No,
people.
the way he tweeted,
because
the way he
he's so
spoke,
fucking hilarious.
he's hilarious.
yo.
He's like an SNL
You
character.
cannot, like, bro.
He's
He's an original SNL character.
He's honest to a fault.
Like it pays
it
pays me how funny this nigga is, yo. Because I'm like, yo, you're an awful person. Like
Every time he tweeted, I laughed.
you dead ass.
He was so aggressive.
When you know that friend that just goes over the line
Yeah.
all the time.
We all got
and then
that
every
one.
time they say something, you're like, yo, you dead ass?
Yeah, that
in front of
person-
all your friends, that's Trump.
yeah, that friend doesn't have the nuke button. That's the only difference, right? Like that
You don't got the nuke codes.
The worst thing that friend could do is ruin a dinner, right?
Bro,
Like,
he
it's
doesn't
like,
have
oh,
the
okay.
that friend doesn't
You
have
know
the
not to
football.
not to bring Otis around. He gonna be on his bullshit. You know what I mean?
Otis is mad
Otis.
racist. Otis is mad
Otis,
racist.
speaking of racism,
That's mad racist. Because none of us in
Why
here
his
have a
name is
friend
Otis,
named
bro?
Otis. Bro, this is not the
I feel like
60s.
There's gotta be somebody that don't
could've
named
just said
Otis.
somebody has like a grandfather named Otis.
Yo, just
but,
say
like,
Jerome or
All I'm saying is that friend that acts
nigga
like
said
Trump.
Otis?
Otis Redding?
That friend that acts like Trump, you like in specific spaces in your life, yo.
I'm
Deal
done.
with a lot of them.
What?
I'm done.
When-
I definitely have a lot of them. I definitely have a lot of problematic friends. I'll admit that.
Who? All right, am I one?
No, you're not.
How much is he ever
Wait,
drink?
wait. I'm a pro.
No, I'm joking.
In certain spaces.
Give me, wait, okay,
in certain spaces.
Give me one instance where I've been problematic.
Or that he can be.
No.
I want an example of what you could be.
What one time where I was,
It's
and
not
you were
that,
like,
it's not-
you had to go to somebody else and be like, yo,
Listen,
he ain't mean that.
It's not in that sense. It's never in that sense. You have sense. Like you're never gonna like embarrass a nigga like that.
Okay.
But you definitely have like a thing about you where it's like if you're not comfortable, everyone's got to be uncomfortable. Like once you're so stubborn, it's like once I'm not feeling good, no one's feeling good no more.
And you know the funny thing.
Fuck the vibe.
You know the funny thing is, my girl says that all the time.
It is a fucking fact.
She's like, when you're upset, everybody knows you're upset. So now everybody is upset. I'm like, yeah. If I'm pissed off, none of y'all niggas is having a good time. So deal with it. Y'all want to stay here? Y'all want to leave? Make a fucking choice.
Well, now, I don't know. What do you want to do? I'm going to do the opposite.
Exactly.
If you want to leave, I'm staying, bro.
All right, cool. Nigga, we can stay. We got to stay.
No. Oh, no.
We gotta stay off.
You go first. You go. I'll stay.
Who gonna leave first, my nigga? Because I'll stay here all night, my nigga.
And I believe
Who gonna
him
leave
too.
first?
He will stay there all night.
Y'all know me. I will stay there
He will
all,
sleep there.
and I will look right through you. With my glasses on or off, I will look right through you and blowing hookah smoke right in your face.
God damn. See?
Problematic friends. I don't know if I have that
I have
many.
plenty of problematic friends.
I got
What do they do?
Just I
don't wanna expose
just-
it too much.
I just know when and where I can hang out with them. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
that's very true.
I just
That's
know
very
when
true.
and where I'm like,
I have some of
all right.
those.
I know who to bring around who. It's like,
Yeah,
you're
I
not.
know some of those.
I don't need you over here, but oh, you're good. Yeah.
A lot of situations in my life, like I know, like usually I'm pretty much a loner for a lot of things. Like
me
certain
too.
things I gotta go to, I'm like I'll go myself. I can leave when I want to, all that
Yep.
type of stuff.
Yeah.
But when it comes to certain folks, it's like,
Yeah, I gotta leave you out.
yeah, like
I gotta act like I didn't get the invite.
if it's a specific situation, like if we're all like at a bar or something, or if like we're all at an event and like ain't no mics on, ain't nobody taking photos, cameras, none of that
come on,
stuff. It's
come on,
like,
let's
all
go.
right, yeah,
Pull up.
It's gonna be a fun night. We good. You know what I'm saying?
But there's pictures, there's microphones.
No,
I'm not going.
I even have a handful of. I have a handful of white friends that aren't racist,
But say racist shit.
but say some shit where I'm just like, I know you, and I know that's not what you meant.
but someone else.
But you can't say that.
I'm gonna talk about a conversation. I'm not gonna say who it is.
Okay.
And you know the person.
Okay, I can probably put the context clues together.
I don't know if you can, but I'll show you a conversation after
All
we
right,
get off.
all right.
So we were talking about Creed 3.
Okay. Oh God, I already know where this is going.
And this motherfucker said, yo, that's not a gay romantic film.
Hey yo,
I said, why did you say that?
like a
Like
rom-com?
what? He was like a gay rom com.
I mean,
Why?
it's,
I'm like, why would you say that? He was like,
Like
they were
Brokeback
just,
Mountain?
too much love.
They were just too close, and they were just.
it's like y'all can kiss now. Is that what he said?
I'm like, yo,
Now kiss.
I wanted to say, get the fuck off my phone.
Then why didn't you?
But no, I tried to give more. I tried to allow him to give me more context.
I think all black friends have a handful of black friends
and this was a white guy.
that are. Okay.
Plot twist.
That
Even better.
This is a white guy.
Okay, so I think all friends still have those handful of friends that are still kind of late to
Question,
being like
wait.
very.
Wait.
They're
Do you
still kind of
think-
late to being very accepting and very open to.
But I bet you he enjoyed Brokeback Mountain.
I still never seen that movie.
So you think he was trying to say it was a black gay?
That's what he was
You
insinuating.
thought it was the black Brokeback?
Brokeback Mountain.
That's what he was insinuating. I'm like, why? Like, so
They didn't fight not once in Brokeback.
I'm saying.
I'm about to say they also did do a lot of things in Creed 3 that they definitely did in Brokeback.
So I'm saying, okay, so I'm
They
saying.
did?
But they definitely did in Brokeback.
He was
Mountain.
like,
Really?
he was like,
I haven't watched Creed 3 yet.
hey, yo.
That's what I was saying. I was like, that's what they was doing in Bro. I didn't see
No,
Creed 3, but
I
I'm pretty
You
sure
ever
that was
you ever seen it
no.
yet?
Wait.
So all I'm saying is like, yo, so you saw Creed 3,
Yeah.
you saw two black men go through a divisive relationship where at the end they weren't the best of friends, but they came to a conclusion of like, yo, you got it, I'm here, right? I mean, the bar, what is that? The Argo, what's the the thing where it's lifted after I can talk about a movie?
Oh, the embargo.
The embargo's lifted.
Okay. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert,
I'm sitting there talking about Argo.
Love fucks up yet another word.
Shout out to Ben Affleck. No, I'm like, yo, so like all you needed for them was to kiss? I'm like, you're mad about two black men that actually formulated a relationship.
They kissed? Oh, no.
Now you got to go see it. They didn't kiss.
No.
They didn't kiss. No, they didn't kiss.
You didn't see it?
I didn't see it.
Did they kiss?
No.
But I know they definitely kissed in Brokeback Mountain. And
Yeah, they definitely do that.
No, what I'm saying,
Yeah,
what I'm saying to you is, you're uncomfortable about two black men's relationship that was broken, was close, then it was broken, then it got fixed, and because you're mad that they showed so much love to each other, you're mad that they actually had tension and figured it out.
Yeah,
and you took that as a bromance or a gay like that, just men figuring each other out.
Yeah, that's weird.
Would you say that if it was two white men?
It's toxic masculinity.
Like, would you say that if it was Ben Affleck and Matt Damon? No.
So are we gonna go watch Air and be like, these motherfuckers are gay? They too close.
That's what they. What are we talking?
It's like, yo, these brothers are real close.
No, they share sneakers. These niggas is gay. It's like, bro, they had the same shoe size. Like
I'm not gonna hold you though. It's hilarious because like it wasn't too long ago that like I definitely would have said that though. like 15 years ago, I definitely like, man, them niggas is gay.
How you say it wasn't too long ago and then say 15 years?
Nigga said damn near 2 decades.
It wasn't too long ago. I would have said the same thing.
Nigga, 2 weeks ago.
25 years ago, I would have said that.
wasn't too long ago.
That's true.
15 years?
My bad.
Because I was about to ask you, well, what happened? He said 15 years ago.
2 decades ago.
That was a while ago.
As an athlete, yeah, that's 2 decades ago.
Time flies, you know.
Wasn't
like,
too long ago, you know. I had these same ignorant thoughts.
I'm thinking like high school, college cats would have definitely been like, man, this shit's gay, son. This shit's gay, yo. I'm not that guy no more. A lot of people aren't that guy no more. But I admit it. I was definitely not the most enlightened person in high school.
Nigga,
like,
nobody was.
Nobody was.
Like, you're not an exemption to the rule. Like, none of us were. Like,
I'm just saying.
We
like,
thought everything was gay.
I'm just saying, like, hearing that and just being so, like, not disgusted, but just being like, damn,
it's
nigga,
like,
you still
bro,
think
like,
that?
yeah, like, my nigga, like, really, like, this.
Like, bro, how
and
old
you
are you?
have the gall to say it to me? Like,
yeah.
I'm like,
he's expecting you, like, yeah, right? So like,
That's what he wanted.
yo, that was mad gay. No, nigga, you're a fucking idiot.
That's what he wanted.
Yeah, nah, I pushed back. I'm
like,
like,
nah, bro, that shit made you a little uncomfortable and you had some questions about yourself.
Yeah.
After you saw two guys be so close.
Then was like, yo, you want to go out to dinner Friday?
Yeah.
Nah, that's gay, nigga.
Nah, I ain't finna hug you, B.
I ain't finna share a bill with you,
Yeah,
nigga. It's
shit,
gay as
Shane.
hell.
Yeah, shit gay, Shane. Yeah. Shout out to,
I think we covered a lot of good stuff.
We definitely did cover a lot of stuff, man.
WrestleMania, stalking.
Stalking Burna Boy.
Fake producer.
Not stalking.
WrestleMania. Jake just yelling shit. I love it.
Jake, we getting you a cam next time, yo.
Yeah, we give you a mic
Yo,
and a can.
shout out to Jake for having us at Bleecker Trading.
Jake set us up perfectly.
First time post-COVID. Let me tell you about this space right here, all right?
Oh, God. And I ain't bring it up.
We wasn't going to bring it up.
I ain't bring it up. I
We
wasn't
wasn't
going to say
gonna do
nothing.
it.
I wasn't going to say a thing.
All right,
I think I ran that joker to the ground. All right, good. Say your piece.
We attempted to tape here before. In the very early days.
Rosy. I know.
In the very early days of Say Less.
They weren't even early. It was
it was Rosy's early. I think it was like Rosy's first couple of shows or whatever. It was our first shows outside of the barbershop. And, you know, we all came in here and we shot the episode. It all went great. And Patreon just launched and shit was going good. And I just remember just like literally, like
I know this happened at the barbershop.
bro.
Know it.
I don't know if it was the barbershop, but
They shut it down that week.
I swear to you,
They shut it down
as soon as we were done talking, because, you know, this was about a year and a half ago. So this is like,
Well, no, this was 2 years ago.
okay, 2 years. This is
It was about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So this is COVID's like Jordan years when they were like when
Okay, well, don't
when COVID was
celebrate it.
putting up numbers, right? So
It was November.
there was no numbers. Exactly.
It was a number, all right.
So this is we
You
taped.
got COVID. You got COVID.
Yeah.
You got, that's 3 now. numbers.
And we all got COVIDed up, bro. Like, and this is when I had the bad COVID. Like, I had COVID again
You
afterwards.
almost died.
Yeah, I think I was on knocking on that door for like, I was like, all right.
Yo, you know what trying to save him? You know what trying to save him? You know we got the ginger ale. He thought the ginger ale was gonna save him.
I'm still here though. I'm still here though.
Technically, he right.
It worked.
Technically, he right.
But that shit almost took me out, bro. I was like,
I was bad.
What do you
too.
say, yo? That nigga say he was in the tub, freezing.
yo,
I didn't have it too, though.
my temperature was so high.
Yeah, Eden shit wasn't funny.
I didn't have the COVID and pneumonia.
Yeah, that was bad.
So he was in the ER for a minute, but bruh.
I just had really bad COVID.
No, Eden was at the finish line.
Yeah, he was.
I was in bed.
They was waving Eden around third. Like, come on.
No, Kaz was in the red zone. Eden was at the 1 yard line.
Yeah,
Like,
that was bad.
All right, it's 4th and 1, my nigga. What you want to do?
Gosh, I saw a picture. I'll tell you
I know,
this though. Eden never looked better, bro. He lost like 30 pounds.
Hey, man, some things happen.
Motherfucker had abs and shit. I was like, damn, bro, not for nothing.
Shout to Eden, man.
Somebody almost died. He looked pretty good, bro.
when he came, shut up.
That's a weird way to compliment somebody. For someone that almost bit the stick, you look pretty good, my guy.
We love you, Eden.
We
Shout out
love
to you,
Eden, man.
Man, that's gonna be it for this week's episode of Say Less with KAZ, LowKey, and Rosy. Thank you again, once again. Before I wrap this up, I just want to say one more time: if you bought a ticket to Walemania, if I seen you in LA, there was so many people that I ran into that weren't just fans of the Ring of Wrestling show, but were fans of Say Less, was fans of Rosy, fans of LowKey, that cross over so many portions of my life. It was just a really cool experience to just, because, you know, when you do podcasts, you have really no idea how many people are listening. And even though numbers say something, like, you still don't know. You don't really fucking know, right? Yeah. So, like, you don't know where those numbers are coming from. You don't know how long they stayed, when they entered. I'll say what this, they heard. Guys. Yeah. I'll say this. If I had $1 for every time somebody came up to me in Los Angeles and was like, yo, man, I just love everything that you do, from Say Less to wrestling to points. But like, I just don't, I've never seen somebody just do all those sort of lanes and do them so well. Right. And I love the people you bring around you. Like, motherfuckers was looking for all of y'all. And I wish I could have came out there. But, you know, we'll be lit for Philly. And it was, or maybe Detroit. Earlier than that. Detroit's in summer, August, so maybe. And that's around my birthday. Like late August, early August. I think it's early August. Okay. I think it's early
What's
August.
that? What's in Detroit?
SummerSlam. So they were so excited. They were like, yo, we got to do something. I got some connections in Detroit. I do too. All right, so we good. Something happened. Right. But I'll say all that to say, man, if I ran into you, thank you so much. It really means the world to me. This week, I just really seen things in just a whole different light, just as far as you know, just what I want to put out and how I want myself to be seen, and, you know, the content I want to create and the experiences I want to create and the stuff that I just want to continue to build. And I'm more inspired than ever to keep doing that and keep building that sort of stuff. So listen, man, everybody just, you know, I know we weren't there. You know, I know me, Jake, and Rosy weren't there. You know, I'm glad that we're touching different parts, and pinnacles. That's the cool part. It's not like we was all just like bullshitting. Like, everybody was touching, and we just come together like Voltron. I'm glad that we're touching different parts and pinnacles of culture, not our culture, just culture. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Jake. And that's what makes the show fun. Jake has us right here, you know, at Bleecker Street, and this is a very, very, very prolific, you know, environment for us to be in, and, you know, he always extends his invite and makes sure that we're comfortable. And we always say no. But today was actually perfect. Today was actually perfect. So I just want to make sure, Jake, we appreciate you for that. So shout to Jake. No, for real. We had $1 for every time we said no, Jake. Nigga, all three of us be millionaires. Nah, we good. He'd be like, I'm just saying, all right, cool. And then shout to Rosy for, you know, Rosy is a travel guru, is a music connoisseur. So her being down there at Rosy's a star in herself. Rosy is a star. With or without us, Rosy gonna be Rosy. Yeah, man. Rosy got the glow when she walk around. Yeah, man. Like, she got the glow when people know. So shout to Rosy for hitting that Dreamville Fest and giving us that insight and letting us know that Usher still got it. That Cole is the king of the festival right now, and we love you. We love you for putting your life on the line. Wearing a mask and stalking Burna Boy and
continue to do that undercover
Also,
CIA.
if y'all haven't checked out the Creed soundtrack, that's all
Yes,
Dreamville.
Creed soundtrack is very well shot.
fire.
Again, shout out to Dreamville. And of course, shout out to KAZ, man. I know how much you sacrifice. I know how much you love what you do. And I know you got a family. You got a baby girl. You got other $95,000 jobs.
Yeah.
But you still pull up late. You still but you still get it done.
I get it done, goddammit.
That's it. That's all counts.
Yo, hold up. Before we get out of here,
No,
I do want...
I got it. And hold on before.
Okay. Because I got something I saw. Brunson.
That's right. Is it Brunson?
He said Benson. Brunson's my point guard. Man.
I was thinking Knicks. I'm sorry. They had him like, okay.
Look, he walked up. Don't even come back. Don't even come back.
No, and shout out to Benson, like just making moves. Like we're supposed to be at one studio. He made all this shit happen.
I was taping the show.
drop.
Benson was like, "Fuck it, I go get the shit and bring it over here."
And like, so shout out to Benson for just making this shit happen. So we appreciate you. And shout out to myself for just dealing with everything.
No, wow.
Shout out to you, Lo.
Actually, without the little poncho, he should be Brunson. It's a whole different person.
No, he's Benson. But shout out to me for, you know what? I'm going to pat myself on the back. Shout out to me for starting conversations on
I'm not going to hold you, man. You've been kind of on a ride right now.
I'm right there.
You have an ability to... You have an ability to
annoy everyone.
Okay, well, we don't.
I mean,
okay.
You grind some gears.
You do grind some gears. It's not like you're grinding gears about like Blueface and Krishan. Like you're grinding gears about like, and I said this a couple weeks back. You grind people's gears about like shit that people used to care about, which is like the actual craft of music and the actual, you know, and getting back to discussions of music. Like I see, like we're gonna have Jeff and Eric on the show later. You know, I just this hip hop media list came out on Complex earlier this week, which caused a lot of conversation. And the reason why I didn't comment on it or didn't say anything about it is because
I didn't say much either.
I know clickbait when I see it. I know list bait when I see it. And I also know who actually is in here doing stuff productive for hip hop media. I hate to look at that list of hip hop media folks and see people that I just know don't put in the work, haven't put in haven't had the longevity, haven't had the impact. And not everything is quantified by follower counts, man. Like not everything is quantified by how many subscribers you have to something. It is definitely meaningful.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. All those people on that list deserve for the metrics that they put out, deserve to be on that list.
I didn't see that list.
I'm just happy that now I think we're getting back to a time where people want to hear people talk about the music, and that's it. And you, sir, with Apple Music, is at the forefront of that, and I'm proud of you, and I'm happy you're leading that cause.
And you know, again, we said this a couple of weeks ago. You know, Van Lathan was like, "I don't know what the fuck has gotten into you, but."
I saw Van in LA too. It was good to see him.
And he was like, "Yo, I don't know what the fuck's gotten into you, but you're driving the conversation." You know, my producer at Apple was like, the engagement goes high when we post you.
Yep.
And I have been one of those people that can drive a conversation at any given fucking moment. Mm-hmm. I'm proud of everybody on that list. I'm cool with some people on that list. I don't fuck with some people on that list.
I want to see the list.
You know what I mean? I feel like there's some people on that list. I feel like there's some people on that list that have not contributed to anything to our culture.
Beneficial.
And that are above certain people on that list. Elliot Wilson, you need to be top 2 and not 2.
Listen, man, Elliot Wilson.
So we'll leave it there because like that's fine.
You know what I mean? Rosenberg.
But let's not act like Elliot
Shout
has
out
not.
B-Dot. He was at Dreamville.
B-Dot wasn't allowed down on that list because he's employed by Complex.
Shit, Rob Markman. You know
Brandon
what I mean?
Jinx, Carl Cherry.
He was at Dreamville.
Carl Cherry.
If y'all want to talk about media, if y'all want to talk about hip hop media culture, look at those 3. Look at those 4.
Yeah,
we're not looking for viral moments. We're looking for discussion.
Yeah, man.
And the discussion I had for the last 3 or 4 weeks, the 2-part discussions I had for the last 3 or 4 weeks, I would like to see the niggas that don't involve themselves in our culture do the same thing.
I'll put it like this, and we can wrap it up there.
Yeah, we will.
Because
really
now
have
I'm
to
getting
pee.
upset.
the way I grew up embracing music
Now I'm
culture
getting
and
upset. Now I'm getting
taking it in wasn't through the gossip, wasn't through the BS.
It wasn't, bro.
It was through the people who documented it and made me feel like they were either in the studio with these artists or really articulated it in a way that I could understand and appreciate the art at
Exactly,
a higher
bro.
level, which is all I've ever, even in my hip hop media career, all I've ever wanted to do is be able to help people understand this
What
thing that
this
I love
culture is.
from a deeper
Through
level,
our lens.
Yeah, and through our lens. And those people, I know who to check for when I know somebody's dropping.
I'm not going to your page. I'm not going to your
Yeah.
YouTube. I don't give a fuck about that because in a year you're not going to be here, but we will. So, with that said, this
Damn,
has
I
been.
thought I ended the show. You
Oh,
just
my
go.
fault. I was trying to take them on rolls.
I see it. I see what you do. I just fuck with you, man. Thank you all for pulling up to Say Less. As always, youtube.com/Kazeem. Subscribe everywhere you listen to podcasts. Lo, what you got this weekend, bro?
I'm chilling, man. Like there are things coming up very, very soon. So right now I'm taking, just doing my regular Apple Music shit. Right here with y'all. Rap Life Review, hip hop R&B throwback. Got a lot of stuff coming up. So I'm just like taking my time and just taking my break and making sure everything's good and just making sure I'm right here consistently, right here with Say Less with KAZ and Rosy.
And Say Less is I love our community, man. Our
Community is very, very.
because we're all like-minded folks too. So
We're all
it
idiots that
feels-
drink but love to discuss and love culture.
Oh, I'm detoxing.
That's right. Rosie, what you got this weekend, Chief?
Detoxing. I'm staying home.
Man,
I just picked up 2 new hobbies. I'm staying the fuck home.
Pick up 2 more
Famous
hobbies.
last words.
Yeah, what do you yeah, go
It's
ahead.
Thursday night. We'll see how long this
what's
lasts.
I gotta go home to my mom, bro.
I got other shit to do too. So
Yeah, I'm about to go home myself, man. It's been a
Jeez,
long
y'all
day.
done kidnapped me.
But like we always do at this time, thank you so much for tuning in to Say Less. Like we always do at this time, stay free, stay safe,
Okay.
and always. Catch y'all next week, people.
congrats, guys.
Thanks, buddies. Peace out, y'all.
Bro.